program is brought to you by the Realm of Collectors. Please stand by and take your seats.
Good evening, and welcome to Masterpiece Shitpiece Theater. If you would please kindly take your seats, the show will begin momentarily.
I just muted, or it was. Hello. Hello, boys and girls. It's Friday. It's another episode of MPSP Theater. I'm your host, Nick Brammer. We've got the full crew.
Yeah, how about that?
Oh, the girls are back.
Two of us anyway.
There's something weird here.
What's up, Bubba?
It's fine on my end.
No,
I'm here.
Okay, I'm going to have to readjust the fucking window next show because if you see, it's like cut off on my end and Sam's a little bit.
Oh, I see a little bit. I can see you guys are a
I
little
gotta,
off to the
I gotta
side.
fuck with. Yeah, I gotta fuck with it next show.
Yeah.
Which means you gotta
Yeah,
quit
okay.
hanging down here to the left and all that shit. So
Yeah.
get a lean the other way.
It is my why is it? Why did they ever decide to mirror cameras?
Dude,
I don't
that
know.
drives me insane, man.
Stupid. Stupido. Stupid.
It's like somebody's looking back,
Hey, Dave. Dave's in the
but then
chat.
you're looking at you, looking back at you.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
god, this is some
not-
Inception level shit.
See, this is my right hand.
Hmm.
This is my left. This is
Hi,
Wait.
me.
Oh, I'm looking at StreamYard. That's
this is my
Hey,
rifle.
you guys,
This is my gun. One is for shooting. One is for fun.
Was that Full Metal Jacket? Is that?
I think so,
yeah.
It's a fucking good movie, man. Just no crazy when they beat the fat kid up with soap.
Shit. Oh, what was I watching where they did that shit recently? I forget. I was watching something. It
He
wasn't.
turns into a psycho though, man. They fucked
Yeah.
that kid up real bad, man. God,
Oh yeah.
that's real.
That's
that was a
like-
good movie. Though.
Could Vincent D'Onofrio have a regular career after starting off like that?
no.
dude. I mean, if
He's
I
an
love
incredible
him.
actor. He's
I-
nailed everything. He's just fucking
yeah, he's
badass.
good. He's
It's
good.
a good point.
And he
Man.
plays the bad guy so well.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's kind of like his. That's like that time. I don't know. I feel like this is where he shines, you know. So I don't know.
Well, he's got
Like
that
some-
almost pathological craziness in his eyes.
Yeah, he has a look, and he can
Yeah,
like
just
act
like that,
a-
like kind of like that, like 1,000-yard stare that he kind of
Right.
does. Like,
Yeah.
it just seems looks like a mongoloid. You know, it's-
mongoloid.
I
No,
love that. I feel like I've gotten that word back into our lexicon.
yeah, dude. I think it's been long enough that it can come back in. I don't think anyone uses it enough to be upset by it.
No.
I think it is you, Nick, because I think I didn't start like even using it myself until you. I think it was your fault because I called one of my
it's
guys
funny.
at work.
It's funny.
Yeah, I called one of my guys
Yo.
at work a mongoloid. I was like, "You fucking mongoloid!"
Yo, I had to stop myself because I became so conscious that Russ got me saying crucial. And I fucking
I'm so
hated it.
sorry.
I
Yeah, you don't want to do
fucking
anything because
hated
Russ
it.
does
This don't hate on crucial. That's fucking great.
It is, dude.
Say it without
Yeah,
even knowing
it's a
it.
good word when used in the proper
It's my
context.
vernacular.
But thing is, you've never used it in the proper fucking context on this show
You know
in
what?
2.5 years.
Listen here, Maya. Don't be crucial, okay?
See, there you go. You don't understand the fucking meaning of the word. Well, how is it? Inigo Montoya,
Doesn't matter.
I do not think you, that word does not mean what I think you think it means.
Doesn't matter what
Careful,
you think.
man.
It's what I think. Because I'm
No,
crucial.
no,
I can say
no.
whatever I want.
We keep
You're
talking
something
like
that
this,
starts
we're gonna
with
make
C.
them all moist.
Oh God! See, now you just ruined my fucking time. Yeah.
Boy.
Anyway, shut up.
This
You
is
You keep it up. You keep it up. I'm gonna stand up, and we're gonna get flagged for a dick pic on the screen.
Moist.
Wait, like,
Yeah,
he already
like-
that's him. That's him going. I dare you. That's what he's doing.
If you
Like,
guys
are you
can't
talking-
tell, we fucked off the intros because we're just having
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, that's was
We
shit,
are?
right? You'd be like, fuck.
Well, I was.
I mean,
Oh.
if you don't know, honestly, to be real. if they
I
don't
thought
know
we
who
were
the fuck
just
are by
being mean
now-
to Russ.
Well, that's always
Well,
fun.
that's okay. You
That's
You
fine.
don't-
Yeah.
See?
listen here, you
The
big
law
bitch.
of
Don't give me no
reciprocity.
shit. I will. I'll go out, man. Okay. Don't give me no shit. I will come
What
right
did you
after
say?
you.
What did
You
you
heard
say?
what I said.
I didn't hear you
And
because I was
you
talking
made me
over
smile.
you.
Shut up.
Listen to it tomorrow.
What do you call me?
I got shit to do tomorrow.
What'd you call me?
No, I'm not gonna say now because now it's all built up. I'm just gonna let it simmer.
You're gonna make
Come
me.
Let it linger. You have to.
You're gonna make me basically have dead air on the show while I pull up YouTube and go back 30 seconds. Is that what you want?
Pretty much.
Fucker, you win.
Pretty
I'm not
much.
doing that shit. You should
Nah,
be man
fuck it, not
enough
right
to
now. Just-
say it.
Yeah, just wait. Fuck it. No, it's too good. Now I'm gonna make you wait.
I'm going to disappoint you.
Russ,
because I'm not
Russ,
gonna
I
go
don't
back
think
and
you've
listen
ever
to it,
made
Russ.
anybody wait in your entirety of your life.
I mean, I've heard-
I'm always in a hurry, Nick. Always in a hurry.
Russ gets his, man. He's got places to be, man. He's got
Like, look,
Boost
let
him
me, let me,
Yeah,
let me
to sleep.
get in quick. Bam, I'm out. Nothing like the look of disappointment in a woman's face. It's great.
oh my god, dude.
Well, you know
where
how
do you
your
think-
mother always said, if you keep making that face, it's going to stay that way. You have caused a permanent look of disappointment on Anna's face. For,
Oh,
you know,
She's always like,
well,
God. Somebody woke my up.
that's so funny, dude.
There he is.
The fire's
Imagine
back.
Anna just like depressed. I'm depressed. It's like, what's wrong? 2 minutes. That's it.
two.
Dude,
You're
So I'm
selling
counting-
yourself. You're selling
I'm
yourself over
counting
there.
foreplay, fuckface. God, shut up. Yeah, get credit for that.
Foreplay.
a spit and flick.
More like 0.5 play.
Look, listen.
I mean, he needs that minute
Look here.
and 58 seconds of cuddle.
Listen, slap nuts. I'll pat you on the ass next time I see you. We'll be all right, okay? Yeah, I'll show you. I'll teach. It's all good.
No, you're not. No.
He said, no, you're not.
Okay.
Oh, like you can catch me. What are you gonna hop after me? Go anyway.
I got a spare prosthetic. I'll keep one on hand just to chuck at you as a weapon.
Yo, what the fuck happens if he puts fucking wheels on that fucking prosthetic? You are fucked.
Yeah, because I can't run. I'm fat, dude. That's bad.
It'd be just like a fucking scooter, and then going
Yeah.
downhill. All he has to do is lift his leg up and balance.
It'd be like almost something like, remember those little kids with those roller shoes? That'd be kind of badass, dude. That would be cool. I don't know.
I think I was just thinking of Gizmo Duck.
I just
Hey,
had
yeah,
that
that's right, with the
exact
one
thought in
wheel?
my
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
Dressed up as Gizmo Duck chasing Russ down.
It's fucking great, dude.
That's like unicycle thing.
Yeah.
Dude was riding on. Like, Gizmo Duck. I want one of those, man.
Dude, if I try to ride on one of them, I'd kill myself, dude. My big ass be falling all over the place.
I know
Like,
what to do
shut
Russ
up,
for
face
Christmas
plant.
now.
Uh,
I'll go in with you, Maya.
An ass kicking or a Gizmo Duck costume?
They're fucked
Certain
up.
death.
Unicycle.
Give me a unicycle, so I'll die.
Certain death.
Like, what an asshole!
Oh my
God, you
God, dude.
fucking.
I'm just
God.
playing. Jesus.
Oh my God! It's like,
I love it.
it's like, what are you buying that for, Russ? Why? So he'll kill himself.
No, I just want to see you ride it one time.
Just
Yo, I want to see Russ on a hoverboard so bad.
Me too,
Are you
man. I'll
kidding?
bring it to Con if we can ever do one of those again.
Put me on a hoverboard, this shit'll break, dude. My fat ass crunch.
Okay, but
Shit,
think of
I
the
probably
YouTube
weigh
views,
more than
man.
you,
YouTube
Russ.
views.
Yeah.
Russ,
Do it for
Russ,
do it for the chance.
Do it for the channel.
Russ got
That's our
on a Wii
200
Fit
episode
board.
special.
Russ got on a Wii Fit board one time, and it said one person at a time, please.
Why are you body shaming, bitch?
Oh shit,
No.
Dave said he'll chip in.
All right, Dave. Yeah, we'll get a fund together. Go fund me. Oh man, you guys all
Asshole.
are terrible.
Body shaming my big ass.
And
I'm
that
sexy, baby. I want-
Russ, you having to do this for money is why no one will remember your name. God, I love that movie. Oh shit!
I think you just murdered him.
Russ, I wrecked Russ. Oh God! I'm gonna be responsible for the death of a castmate.
His brain's broken.
Oh shit!
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today
You gotta get it in the
to celebrate this thing we call Russ's life.
Dearly beloved.
Oh man. Oh god, if I got my fucking heart wanted to stop, I had to like get myself going again.
Clear.
Oh shit. Yeah. You gotta cough sometimes, get it high, get it going again. Goddamn. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway. All right.
What are you doing, man?
Well, there,
We wanna.
Y'all lay
Yeah,
off of him. He's got a weak heart. Jesus.
Oh shit!
look here, you one-legged bitch. Let me explain something to you. I am okay. All right. My heart is. How that hurt?
Yeah, you're okay.
Somebody message Anna. He needs the
And now
paddles
he's grabbing
again.
his chest. Quick, call 911.
Ow.
Shit, somebody get a hold of Anna.
I think I pound myself on the chest and go, ow.
Did you
Dude,
just
if Russ
break your
dies on it, we're gonna get hella views, man. Do it for the channel.
Oh, yeah, it's true. He like the RMP rest of months.
That's
He
gonna be-
died last
Yo.
night. We have a video.
200.
Russ, you're gonna be on another shirt. You know that, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking
Okay,
tombstone.
yeah,
It's gonna.
go to the mall.
It's
Go to the
gonna
mall
say.
and get some airbrush.
Yo,
We'll
it's,
make sure to get Wolf to Mall Lab.
it's gonna.
Well, I
say,
appreciate that you guys would exploit my death.
it's gonna say Ross. Do it for the channel.
Well, we've already
Ross.
exploited your penis for fucking monetary gain.
Hey,
Well,
Russ,
that's
who
different.
was it that called you? Who was it that called you Ross?
Me.
Oh, God. It was one of the girls.
Oh no, it was one of the girls on.
It was Gort's wife.
Grimm's, I think her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Grimm's. Yeah.
Oh,
It was it her that said it? I can't
I
remember who
think
said it. Was it
so.
her?
Yeah, she mistakenly
Yeah.
said it. It was funny.
Ross the Moss.
Ross.
I'm listening to him go, who the fuck is she talking about? Who's that?
Oh, going. All right, we've been on air for 15 minutes, and in the first minute, I was trying to figure out whose imitation I was doing. I was trying to do Corpse Husband. Have you guys come across that yet?
No, man.
No.
Fuck me. Yeah. This guy, he just like.
Fucking Sam Ross the Moss. What the fuck?
They call me by my real name.
He does like
Mongolo.
S&M music.
You listen to that
Jesus
shit?
Christ.
Yeah,
That's
fucking
some-
amazing.
That's some sexy shit right there, man.
Fucking yeah, his name's Corpse Husband, and the song is "E-Girls Have Ruined My Life." It's amazing.
Ball gags and blindfolds for everyone.
Hell yeah.
Is it
Alright.
That sounds like a good
amazing
time.
like that one song? Look at my horse. That you always play?
Oh, Look at My Horse is one of the top 5 songs ever recorded.
Jesus
Oh my God.
Christ. Okay, who made that list?
Me.
Oh, okay. So it's your list. Okay, all right, that's cool.
And then
That explains it.
fall. Okay, that'd be probably number 5. Okay.
Okay, that's cool.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
Hey, speaking of modeling the Dead Rush shirt, our model's in the chair.
Oh shit.
Hey, there he is. What's up, Eric?
I gotta pull
Hey,
up the fucking
Wolfenstein in the house,
My
Mr. Wolf.
little fucking brain just can't handle anything right now.
That's okay.
So normal.
Yeah, basically. Haha.
It's okay. Yeah, man. The new Mythic Legions wave went on pre-order today, so everyone was all hardcore
Dude,
about
what's
getting their
that?
pre-orders
Half,
in.
The credit card was on fire.
Half human thing called?
A Minotaur or Centaur. It was a Centaur. I
Centaur.
think. Centaur. I
That
mean, a Minotaur.
thing
They already have a
looks-
Minotaur. They already have a Minotaur. That's the bull.
That's
Yeah,
with
it's
the
like a
bull head.
head. Mhm. Yeah, Centaur is the half horse, half human. Yeah, they
Yeah,
finally
that thing looks
did
insane.
one. And it looks cool. It actually looks cool. They did a good job. It's not bad.
It looks like
Yeah.
So wait, do those normally does the proto or does the like those images that they show, does the paint usually look like that when they are released?
Actually, yeah, it's usually it
Nice,
paints right
dude.
on. That's the
Yeah, 'cause
one
that's
thing they
what I-
nail really well. I think. I just
Yeah, because I know their articulation's not what
It's not it's not as good as other figures. I mean, it's good enough. That's what I'll say. It's good enough. I can get any pose out that I need from.
I was
from
saying
it.
you're not looking for anything probably,
Right.
but yeah, I just noticed that about that Centaur, like the paint. I was like,
That's
holy
cool.
fuck, that thing looks insane.
Yeah. They've
Same
got one
with-
of the god. They did a figure of one of the gods, the vampire goddess Lithia. I'm like, yeah, that bitch looks cool as shit. I got it, man. Now I'm in. So
Yeah, but all that pales into comparison to the fact that we're getting a master grade virtue.
pretty
Suck it,
cool.
nerd.
It's pretty cool. I have
the
to
f-
admit.
So Gertrude, did you say?
Yeah, from Golden Girl.
Virtue.
Oh, Virtue. I'm sorry. I was like, I heard a grandpa. I didn't know.
Nick
I
was
didn't
like,
know.
"Oh, yeah,
I didn't know
sounds great."
grandpa had a wife named Gertrude.
I wouldn't be shocked if there's a Gundam Gertrude at this point.
Could be. I mean, they name them all kinds of fucking names. So that's pretty cool that they're doing Virtue. That's badass. That's a.
As long
That's
as
a
they give
cool
me Noddly at the same time, because if they make that bitch P Bandai, I'm gonna stab a bitch.
I don't think they. I don't think they will.
Do you have?
Right.
Well, P Bandai is easier to get a hold of now.
I've had,
Oh, is it
I've had
really?
really good experiences with
Except
them, but
for
I've only
those of
had-
us who work all day while they're
Yeah.
fucking putting it up.
Yeah, that's
Dude, I've been able to secure 2 pre-orders that have been up for more than just a few minutes through P Bandai now that you can order directly from them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with all
that's
the
actually
ones I
cool.
get
Them,
to wind up.
because they leave them up for weeks now.
Oh, do they?
okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I know the ones that I wanted were selling out in like fucking minutes, like that GM. God, what the hell was it? It was a Gundam and GM in one.
Yeah, I got some Dragon Ball Z shit from them, and so like it was
Dominant. Sorry.
like this one figure was like $70. I got 2 of them because I'm gonna scalp one. Let me use precise language. I'm gonna scalp one, and so I got 2 of them, and it was $140 for both of them, right? And I looked on BBTS because I was like, shit, let me get another one.
Excuse me.
Scalp this one too, because that's what I do.
Jesus.
And it was like like 120 like for one of them, and I was like, fuck this, man, I don't need that. They're scalping me
Yo,
from the front, Speaking of
I
scalping,
have-
dude, Nick, those spawns are shipping, man.
I know,
We're set, dude. This is the last
But
time you're gonna see
I
me and
have
Nick
something
do
that we,
podcast.
dude. I have something that we might be able to do live on the air that you guys just gave me the inspiration for. I bought 2 Skylinkses. Obviously, I do not collect Chug figures.
Like I said, collect.
Collect.
Why?
So, you know what's always fun?
Mhm.
Posting a Chug Skylinks in the cafe
Oh, dude,
for
$500.
$350.
Dude, please.
What? Are you shitting me?
With
Oh,
that,
what did you
what
must
would
have went?
happen?
Fucking ape shit. People will go nuts, dude. They'll go
Like,
crazy.
is it
You'll
worth it?
start World War.
Is it worth
He's
it?
gonna post it. Yeah, it's worth it. What are you talking about, man? It's
Yeah,
just
that-
your reputation. What do you?
Yeah.
I've lost that a long time ago.
That was
Rewind.
still a
How
long
much
time
did you
ago.
post this thing for?
No, I'm thinking about doing it live on air right now, posting 2 Skylinkses in the cafe for $350 a piece.
Oh shit!
Hey, Nick,
Now,
do $350 a piece, $700 for the pair. Or it's just times 2.
like it's no real savings at all.
It's no.
No. 705 for the pair.
Yeah, I was gonna say $710 for the pair. They're heavy, man.
$1,000 for the pair.
You're going to start World War III. The cafe is like a hostile place anyway. People are gonna shit themselves.
I mean,
Great, dude.
I don't recommend.
I don't know. It's kind of it's kind of exciting, kind of a trip to see what
Now
happens.
Nick has the angel and the demon on his shoulder, but it's just 3 demons, me, Rob, and Russ, and then one angel of Maya saying,
Don't do it, Nick. We're all like, go ahead, Nick, do it.
Do it. At least not live during the show.
So, hold up. The angelic sides are
wish-
like, well, just don't do it right now.
I wish Facebook had an option like, whatever. What's that website? Word page, whatever the fuck it is.
WordPress.
WordPress, where you could schedule Facebook posts to go to groups at certain times.
"Oh yeah."
Yo, what the
Fuck.
fuck? Somebody buying it for $350? Is that a good deal? What was that?
I'm trying to figure out why my wife is drawing pictures of penises down here. I don't understand what she's doing.
Well, she's probably longing. She's longing for what you've been.
Dude, I was just gonna say
You
that.
know what, you fucking asshole. Let me tell you, okay? I know apparently the women were bitching last night because we got to do a show on Friday and they don't get their thrills, because we have to.
Oh man, yeah, dude, they don't even know your name, Ross. What are you talking about, man?
I know, right? I'm like, God damn. And
We don't do the show all night.
Yeah, what if Anna called you Ross and you're sitting there watching what's that the Total Package? I'm tripping and I'm like all queued up. Smoking.
No,
I'm like,
that
the girls
was
are
today.
smoking. Yeah. And I'm like, and she's like, Ross, and you're like, who the fuck's Ross?
like, bitch, who's that? Who is this Ross guy?
Yo, his accent got real southern real quick there. Bitch, who that?
I'll break my foot off in his ass there.
Yeah, sometimes
Let's
Ross
get my
decides
children
he's
back out.
from West Virginia, and
Just get the
just
fuck
does
out
what he
of
wants, man.
No way. It's bad enough when I go up north. My family up north always says that I sound country. I'm like, I don't sound country. What you talking about? Like, oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
And then he spits in a spittoon.
Yeah. Hey, Sam, really, no one. You found a way to use the word spittoon. It's amazing. It was brilliant.
I just
No one
heard
even
that on
thinks to use it.
the podcast
Beautiful.
today, man. That's what got me thinking
I
about it.
love it. That's great, man. Shit, I love when people can incorporate shit into the vernacular. It's great.
Yeah, and they use them words properly, unlike people who use the word crucial when it's not used.
You know
properly.
what? Listen, you just wish you were crucial like me. That's all. Okay?
No, I really don't.
You really,
I really don't.
you really do.
All I
You
can
really do.
all I can picture
You
now
really
is
do.
Ross dancing to that Pussycat Doll song.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me?
Crucial
Yeah.
like me. It's so weird.
Don't you wish your girlfriend had big balls like me?
Nobody please call Russ for the rest of the show.
It's Ross. I told him.
Ross.
He's Russ.
I'm gonna change it in my name.
Ross
Ross.
the Moist.
I could do.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that word. No, I'm not doing the M word. Just Ross. Rastafas. You know, I hate that fucking word. It's stupid.
Wussy.
It's bad. I baked a cake today, and that fucking word was on the box. I'm like,
Baked
you
the
nasty
cake?
bitches.
I
Oh
thought
yeah,
you were
yeah,
working
yeah.
today, man. We bake a cake.
Oh
at
no,
work?
dude. I took
I'm
yesterday and
confused
today
by
off.
your life, man. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
dude. I needed a break, man. I've been working too much, dude. I needed to take a couple days off.
That's all that's good, man.
Either that or I was gonna go kill somebody. I don't know. Had to go. I'd be done.
Why
So-
not both?
I don't know. Kill
Really?
somebody and take some time off?
Yeah,
Not a
man.
bad idea.
Really fucking kill that stress.
Yeah, that's true. I just let it out.
stressed?
Just want to fucking, it's so much politics and stuff lately. I've been wrapped up in, and now that the election is over, I'm trying to wind down a little bit, but it's hard because of all the other stuff that's coming out. So I'm trying to decompress a little bit. It's really tough.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm tired of putting stupid Donald Trump memes and stuff on. I don't know.
He's like, it's not
Ain't
even
fun
fun anymore.
It's not even fun anymore. Yeah, it's not. It was fun, but now it's not. I don't know.
Good, I can unmute you now.
Dude, 90% of the dudes in the realm mute everybody on Friends. You know what I'm saying? Because as long as we keep it toy, there's pretty much no problems. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Start
Once
bringing-
it starts getting anything else, people get crazy.
You
I don't
start
blame
bringing
them.
politics, religion, anything like that into it,
Right?
it gets really fucking messy.
I feel like it's like whenever there's an election, it's just like everything ramps up. So I think it's just right now,
Yes.
and then so I think it's just kind of what it's like right now. I think it'll.
All right. Well, to me, now that the right person won, I'm fine. I'm
Things
okay.
will- things will
All right,
kinda
I
go
didn't want
back
to. I didn't.
regular.
Ross,
You
I
know
didn't-
Ross was gonna do that shit, dude.
Ross, I told you. Now I said I told you, boy. But no, I didn't want to. I didn't want to go at it from that angle at all. All I was
That's
saying
okay.
is that just like community-wise, as long as those subjects aren't broached, most of the time,
We seem to do better when we avoid those subjects. That's why I would agree with that.
Everybody does better when they avoid those subjects because nobody has a
Um,
fucking brain in their head anymore.
Well, it's
Well,
not that.
no,
it's not that at all, man. Because like the greatest man I ever knew was my granddad, and like he was a man's man. Fucking, taking care of his family at 9 years old during the Depression. That dude.
Right. He's got
So-
stories, man. He can tell you some shit, right?
Yeah, and
Been
he
through some shit.
always like I
Yeah.
always listen to him when he, try to impart like those little nuts of wisdom. So it was the biggest one, man. A gentleman does not discuss politics or religion in open company.
Amen to that.
And that's what it is, because 90% of our problems are there.
As of late, yeah.
No, not
I would
just
say.
as of late, man. My grandfather died about over a decade ago, man.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's what I'm saying is that like it's
yeah.
been lost. Everybody thinks that they just need to speak their mind all the time.
no, that's true. I think it's because everyone feels like they have to give an opinion on everything.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they all think that's the only
and-
opinion that matters, and
Well, that happens too. It's easy to get caught up with you wanting to be right more than respect other people's opinion. I can get that. I understand that. I can see where
I
it
don't know.
happens.
Sam and I talked about that one day. It's like him and I can we can have differing
What's up,
opinions,
Robert?
but we can see the other opinions, and we can.
Robert D is in the
Me
house.
still there.
What's up, you sexy beast? You. Oh my god.
Yeah. So Robin, that you brought, like, you bringing that up is
Sexy man.
like kind of my stance on some of the stuff, which kind of goes against what Nick and what you said before. Is I think people avoid these things so much, but like in my opinion, I think like the more you talk about it is almost the better. But then it's like you have to be careful with who you talk about it with. Right?
And you
because
have-
I think
that's what
in
And you've got to be willing
but I was gonna say,
to.
I think like be malleable.
Yeah.
Well, the thing
And I think if you just real quick, I think by discussing things, you kind of cement them in your mind, and maybe you verbalize something. You're like, well, now that I'm saying it out loud, it doesn't make as much sense. you know, or like hearing someone's counterpoint to your stance might change your mind, you know. But you have to be willing to
But you have
have your mind changed. You know?
yeah, but you have to be able to do that in a certain company. You have to be able to do that with your closest people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Dude,
the
so
anonymity of the internet allows people to say things that they would not say otherwise.
That,
and
everybody.
you do get those. Yeah, and you do get those clownish people like that. But like I was in like the PBS News Hour. Like I'm always in those comments just clowning. And sometimes I'm like bringing up serious things. And I was doing that the other day. And this guy, and he was like of the polar opposite, like political space that I'm in, right? But like he just brought up some good points, and I was like, hey, that's some really valid stuff that I haven't considered, you know. And it like changed my thinking. There are some things that I was stressed out about that after kind of hearing that opposite perspective, I was like, okay, that brought me down a little bit, you know. And but that's rare, you know. That's mostly is people just saying, you know, this person 2020 and then just dipping out and make everybody mad, just vanishing, you know.
Oh, and what a lot of the other issue is people throw this shit up there in open social media posts, and they're very black and white. It's this way or this way. You're either one extreme or the other. And the realistic side, it's like you're all somewhere in the middle, and you don't even realize it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you don't have to be one extreme or the other to have beliefs on one side or the other. So chill. You know,
and that's an important thing too. And it's like if you like have some space, because that's the other thing with like talking to people too, is like I think like anytime you talk to anybody about anything, like you're gonna find out that you have more common ground than things that separate you. You know what I mean? No matter where you're from, what your like religious beliefs are, what your political beliefs are. I think like it's just a very human thing to do, is to find common ground. And I think unless you're like actively pushing against that, I think that's generally what happens, you know.
Yeah. I know a few guys I work with who share the same political leanings I do, and I still think they're assholes.
Right, but
100%.
But basically why like I started this discussion was basically, you know, saying that you can have a solid friendship with someone, and you can have a really good foundation for your relationship. And if you inject politics and religion into that, those two things, faster than anything else I can think of, can sour a relationship.
I don't know. I'm still friends with all you fucks.
Well,
right.
You're right, Nick.
I think Nick, if that's, I think that's like a failure on at least one party's part.
I agree. You know what I mean? That's what I was about to say.
People need to learn to be open-minded.
Yeah, and you're right, but I'm going to tell you that that's easier said than done. That's what I want to say to you. It's easy to say people need to be open-minded, but it's not always easy to be open-minded when you feel so strongly about something, and somebody else is completely has no respect for your opinion on it and completely opposite of you. You're going to want to get away.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And it is
respect.
That is, and I think that's where it's lacking, is what we've been lacking for years now, and I think we need to calm the fuck down. And I'm trying to. I really am trying to.
Yeah, me too.
To relax a little bit, because I feel
that's an important thing, man. Because like that shit starts with you, you know, not you, Ross, but
I've been on a crusade. Yeah, I've been on a fucking crusade, dude. I mean, a lot of us.
What's up, Jose and Robert? I've seen Robert D, but Jose just popped in.
Dust. What's
we got
up,
Dust in here too.
No religion and politics, and yeah, you know what, Dust, you're right.
And we've talked about all.
That's probably the best thing.
And we talked about all three already. Yeah.
Yeah, we've hit the holy. I almost had the holy Trinidad, like the country.
Trinidad and Tobago. When I was growing up, this lady that worked at the place I grew up in, she was from Trinidad, and oh my God, could she cook? My God.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah. Oh. They make like oxtail and shit.
Oh yeah.
Oxtail. Okay, man. This seems like it'd be like a bony ass little, I don't know, nub of meat. I don't know what it'd be.
Oh no, man! Like she did oxtail.
Yeah.
We
I've never
had,
had it before. I don't know.
It's
oh
good, man.
man, we had another lady that worked there that was Puerto Rican. She used to do rice and beans for us all the time, what Chulad does.
It's nice.
And then like in this little town that was, well, I guess it's supposed to be a city, like right next to there called Holyoke. There was this place. It was just called Mamacita's, and it was just this little hole in the wall bodega, you know, and fucking you could get the potato balls. Papa Rellenos. They're fucking beautiful. It's mashed potato, okay?
Yeah.
And you put meat in the middle.
Just fry it, right?
Form it into a
Oh, God, that
ball
sounds-
and deep fry that son of a bitch.
Damn.
You had me a deep fried.
It's beautiful. Ooh, Robert D says his wife is West Indian, and she even puts my Italian food to shame.
Oh shit,
Nice, dude.
dude! Indian food is fucking fantastic.
Why?
Like,
Why
yeah,
is
Man,
Dust,
that's like a once a week staple in this house, man.
What?
why is Dust saying Fans Toys is dead 2020?
Because, man, they're dead. They weren't at TFCon. You know this.
They're not dead. There's
Stop
no,
denying
there's
it.
no sign.
Hey,
You people are nuts, dude.
You need to-
Hey, you're
Hey.
a third party change denier.
yeah.
They're not. They're
You
not
need-
dead. What
yeah.
evidence do you have that they just put figures out? Like a month ago?
No, sir. There's a whole website for it. It's called Ephanon.
Oh God! Here, the splat fans toys is dead, and people are lizards.
Fuck out of here, man.
Hashtag save the KOs.
Save the KOs. Man. KOs.
What about these
Look
elite
here,
collectors?
Info Warriors.
fuck a KO. Fans
no
Toys
one
is
has
dead.
potato
Let's go.
balls.
That was that thing you
2024.
Yeah, salty comment
God.
2020 and just dip. He just threw his phone off his balcony. Now he's
know,
going
he's
to
like-
bed.
he's
He's
like,
gonna sleep like
"Ha-ha."
a baby. Yeah.
He's a haha, it's the nerd politics. Way to go, Dust. Way to get me fired up. Thanks, you fuck knight.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yo, you need to educate yourself, Ross.
Do your own
I got
research.
some YouTube-
Do your
Yeah, I
own
got some
research.
do my research.
I don't have time in my busy day to fucking get my point across and actually have an argument.
Hey, you know what? You only need to look at Facebook because everything on Facebook is true.
True.
Oh, everything. Definitely.
Facebook says Fans
Yo.
Toys is dead. Fans Toys is
It's
dead.
done.
Yeah, I mean,
Complete. You're right. I'm sorry.
I don't. The thing about the Fans Toys is Dead thing is I don't know if it started as a joke or a legitimate concern.
I don't know either. I just
I
think
think
it's
it's probably a
funny as
little
shit,
bit of
though.
both.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's
hilarious to me.
I mean,
though.
let's
It
be
makes me
real. If
laugh.
Fans Toys goes under, how long before the other third parties start knocking out? Because they're the most successful of them. Like it or hate it.
Yeah.
They're
for sure.
dead.
I don't know.
They're fun.
And they're like the
Crazy
most
ass.
prolific of them, at least as
I
far as
just
like
know-
putting out
I just
product,
know there's
right?
crazy ass rumors going around, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
But we'll go with that. You know,
Would
Well,
you
dude, I
do
mean,
that?
the next thing that they put up, I'm gonna buy multiples of it because I'm just turning into like a full-time scalper, man.
Yep.
But then it's like if you
He's
pre-order,
even got the black hoodie.
if you pre-order shit that people are dumb enough to just not pre-order, I feel like that's okay. You know what I mean?
Please remember that there will be a Spawn trilogy with the autographs set going up on eBay for $1 million
$1 million
Or best offer.
or best offer.
Best off.
or best
Dude,
offer.
after that, man, dude, hey, no joke. That is like my kid's Christmas money. Is that fucking my extra sponsor?
I can't believe
Jesus
I'm
Christ,
turning
dude.
into
I was looking for today, but I was looking today. I'm gonna make like $550, like minimum.
I
I'm
don't
not even joking.
I don't consider myself a scalper, sir. I consider myself a toy speculator.
Me too. Yeah, there you go, man. There you go, dude. So I had one of my buddies was like he was talking on Instagram talking about how he he doesn't have any of those like GI Joe Red Ninjas because they're like too pricey. And I'm like, you talking about you can pre-order them? They're not too. They're $20. But people in like in the McFarlane groups too are like that. As people are like, yo, can somebody find me this whatever for a decent price? I'm like, they're $19.99 with free shipping on Amazon. What are you talking about for a decent price?
How decent of a price can you get?
Yeah, I don't know.
The Red Ninjas.
I think people don't know that you can buy toys online.
That's fucking stupid. Then
it's audacious, but it seems to be.
I used to have that same set of headphones.
About Ross or Rob?
Rob's.
Hey, what if you switched the vowels in their names and his name was Ross and his name was Rub?
Ross and Rub. That's it.
Oh God.
So say we all.
Good night, folks.
All right, so next week what we'll do, we'll swap them up. We'll do it next week in our names.
Hey, make sure.
Do we want to hit Mary though?
Yeah. Do you just want to talk about episode 2? Because we missed
one. Because if we do one, then everybody's got 2 weeks. You know.
And I haven't watched.
You're trying to be okay. You're trying to be nice.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no spoiler problems. Nothing we're covered.
Here we go. All right. That's cool, dude. Because you know me, I'm a dick. I don't give a fuck. If you haven't seen the episode 1 and 2 by now, you're an idiot. You know, episode 3, I get it. We don't
hasn't watched episode 2.
Well, then he's an idiot.
He meant to say Mongoloid. Okay.
Robert D wants us to do a live watch. He says, "I am the salad."
Dude, we'll get flagged.
I'd be down for it.
Well, no,
we wouldn't get flagged.
If we watch it and we just show ourselves, I guess it would.
We'll get flagged. And
no,
then
you just pull. You just
back to our channel.
No, dude, you just pull up a fucking fucking Disney Plus window on your browser and watch it while we talk. You don't. I would not be putting it on there.
Okay, the problem is if Ross tries to do that, then his whole shit's gonna go sideways, and it's gonna be.
My shit barely functions now, dude. It's all that fucking porn, dude. It's like a virus.
Hey, Ross, just open a window and then.
Did you put those fucking video cards in yet, you motherfucker?
Dude, I haven't had time, man.
You haven't had time, motherfucker.
It's like yesterday and the day off work.
You're lying.
Making
cakes and shit. You have time to put these.
I had things to do yesterday and today.
Have we all forgot one critical problem with this?
What?
You're asking him to do more than push the power button, which he barely succeeds at as it is.
Yeah, Robert
guys,
D, that's something I've
say,
just real quick, guys. Let me
Go ahead.
answer this. That's something I've wanted to do for a while, Robert D. It's some people are having problems with the technical of how to do it, whatever. So until I get it completely figured out, which
I would require him not to be totally high all the time.
Hey, what I'm saying is Rob's got a point.
Dude,
he does. I got to get my son to do that shit. I just haven't had time to get him down here. And get
it's
him
okay, man. I'm fucking with you.
Where does this go?
RJ's been on the PlayStation 5 watch. He's been trying to sneak in and get them. They're going on pre-order online, and then they sell out like that. So he's trying to get in, and he's had one in his cart and about to go to check out.
And Maya, your adoring public, and Robert D is asking where you at. What's up, Vinny?
I said a few things here and there.
Vinny in the house. Skinny Vinny. My little skinny Vinny friend.
Skinny Vinny, happy Veterans Day.
Brink, I'm not sleeping yet, but after a dose of Benadryl, it ain't gonna be long.
Brink in the house too. Goddamn. Brink was like giving me shit today about I was like, did they have the Alithia figure? And Brink's like, you impatient motherfucker. If you wait. Like, it's my way, dude. I'm negative. It's my thing. It's what I do. You know?
So, the child in the Mandalorian.
Oh,
I gotta go get a coffee refill. I'll be back.
All right.
Yeah, episode 1, dude, I liked it. I think the kind of strides that they made as far as like how him and the little baby interact with each other, I thought was cool. And I like that they hit the ground running with that, and I dug that a lot.
Yeah, they had done their world building in the first,
Yeah, which I thought
season.
was cool that they picked right up where
Did
they
you guys? Did you guys have an issue with them going back to Tatooine? Bullshit.
Well,
I did,
if you
like, to be honest, like I was like real quick, I kind of like rolled my eyes, but then once he got to like the spaceport and was like talking about like that lady is like super fucking charming me for whatever reason. So,
that
like,
mechanic
once she
chick.
started talking out, cool. Yeah, she's super
yeah,
cool.
you're roboting a little bit, brother.
Oh shit, let me turn my camera off.
All right.
See if that
No,
helps.
I actually didn't mind them going back to Tatooine because, like, Tatooine is such an interesting planet because all the shit that can go on that's going on there. So I was like, oh, okay, this ought to be a fun fucking adventure. If you go anytime you go to that planet, something crazy gonna happen. So
Yeah,
it's a
but
good time.
if they have a plan, it's obviously in place now. They're already saying, Boba Fett's gonna be more in fucking season 3, and that they're looking at a spinoff for him.
Yeah.
Well, and it's cool to lay it out like that. And I thought that was really cool what they did at the end of the episode. I mean, not to skip too much, but going into that was a really nice, like, kind of nod to let you know, that armor. It ain't just the armor. It's not like they just found the fucking armor in the desert. That motherfucker is alive.
It's really good to see Tamora Morrison. Like, I love that dude as an actor. Like, he's fucking awesome. And I just hope that they don't do it as an intro to another series.
That's what they're doing, man.
I think that's.
Well, I want this to be like a meaningful plot thing for this season at least.
Yeah.
If they're still gonna do that,
Fucking, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say what I liked about it is to see in the Legends universe, whatever, in the books, all that, they had Boba Fett survive.
Yeah.
They never really did that in the movie universe, though. We've never seen that he lived in the movie universe.
Yeah,
we haven't seen him. This is our first time seeing him since we're in continuity of the because the TV show is in the movie continuity. Right? That's
it's canon.
Yeah,
it's canon.
It's all canon now.
This is the first.
So that
time
was the Boba Fett armor I was looking at.
Yeah,
it was the Boba. Yeah,
and that was Boba at the end.
Yeah, that's the first time of us knowing he's alive in canon.
And what story are they going to use? Because basically, wasn't the story that he blew the Sarlacc pit? He blew the Sarlacc up from the inside, and then Dengar grabbed him, right?
So I think he had to climb his way back out.
Yeah, he had to climb out of the Sarlacc pit. His armor was all fucked up.
Yeah,
and Dengar grabbed him and saved him.
Right.
I think that would be cool if they brought one of those other bounty hunters into the fold. But I think as far as that goes, I think they got enough going on that they don't need to. And it might seem kind of clunky.
Oh shit! Hey JB, Vinny.
What up, JB? But yeah, I think I think it's super interesting that they did that. I think it's ballsy because it's such like a renowned character, but we didn't know shit about him. I mean, he got some lore in Clone Wars and stuff, but
what I think is really well done here is that just using that armor, they made a new interesting character in Vanth. I liked Timothy Oliphant's character.
Yeah. I like that dude as an actor too.
Yeah, and using the fact that he wasn't Boba Fett, and that he was protecting those people and everything.
Yeah,
I like the element that added to the story.
Yeah, and he came off, and I kind of looked at him cynically, at the very beginning, but then once they started talking to each other, he just became really likable. And another thing, so he was a character in one of those Aftermath books, and that to me is super meaningful that they're pulling from their own lore and it's like I think it means something instead of just inventing a new character to pull one from, because you have all these like so many diehard Star Wars fans that read all the supplementary material. It's like just to throw them a bone like that, I think is important. That's going to keep a lot of people a little bit more invested.
Yeah. Well, the canon with Fett was that he wasn't a Mandalorian either, was he?
Yeah, and that kind of in the coming episodes, that kind of is getting addressed a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to see, because I never understood that, and I had just heard about it recently.
Did you watch episode 3 yet, Nick?
No, I haven't watched 2 or 3 yet.
Okay. Yeah, so it and I won't say anything.
Well, according to Russ, you're a fucking idiot because you haven't watched episode 2 yet.
Right. You're damn right. And you're fucking right.
I know.
Some of us have jobs, Ruff.
Russ is out here baking cakes all the time. You got free time in the world.
I'm taking 2 days off, so I can't really respond to that. Anyway,
I admit I have more time to watch TV than most, but recently all my free time has been sleeping.
I don't know, maybe I've just been playing Madden and other things. So,
but like, so like they also went back in this episode to the Sarlacc because that crate dragon ate the Sarlacc.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I think.
Yeah. Wow.
They didn't say it was like that Sarlacc, but like I don't know. I just assumed that it was.
Yeah, but
I did think that the crate dragon looked fucking awesome, like CGI wise.
What if Boba Fett lured the crate dragon to eat the Sarlacc so we could get the fuck out of town?
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past him. Somehow I could do it. It's Boba Fett. He's awesome. No, I never. I don't remember ever seeing a crate dragon before. Like I remember Anna was reading a book and told me about one. But I don't remember seeing one.
Yeah, there was in the Obi-Wan book had one.
The only thing on screen that I know of is you see a skeleton of one in Coder 2.
Yes, yeah.
And in a New Hope.
Yeah.
C-3PO and R2. It's like they say like it's baby one or whatever, but
Anna said that the Old Republic, you actually work with Tuscans to bring them a pearl from a young crate dragon.
Yeah, and I thought that was cool. They showed that at the end. One of the Tusken Raiders on the pearl. I think that's just cool, man.
Then he took it to All-Star Pawn, and they fucking told him, the best I can do is $350.
Yeah,
best I can do is $350.
Dirty bastards.
But I love that. I love that shit. Like, you can call it fan service, but I think that it's just like, just those little nods. I think people appreciate that shit, man.
I don't think there's enough fan service.
I want to say, what's wrong with fan service? I get frustrated with you trying to vilify that.
Yeah, me too. I think if it comes off as like cheesy or something, then that's one thing. But that was my big criticism. Like, now that it's all said and done of the prequel trilogy, is that not that they didn't give us fan service, but they invented things for those movies that were already established in universe. You know what I mean? Because there was a disconnect between the people that were writing and directing the sequel trilogy and the people who were involved in the supplementary material and the expanded universe stuff, or the new canon. And I think that was a mistake.
Yeah, the Star Wars, even the EU, is really messy, man. Like,
yeah, and that's like, if they don't
everything's been
like,
contradicted.
it's too much. It's too much. Yeah,
You've got a lot of different writers.
And George Lucas just signed off on everything because he was like, "What is?" He just saw, I think, the dollar signs and bringing people in, which is.
Sure. And I think it's hilarious that people think that, like, if George Lucas did his idea of the trilogy, that it would be any good.
Sequel trilogy, yeah. It was,
I don't want three fucking sequels to Inner Space for my Star Wars trilogy. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like most. Of
I don't
them,
know about that. I'm just telling you that Lucas is all I've said to people is, it's all comes from Lucas's mind.
Have you heard what he wanted to do for this sequel trilogy?
Yeah, it
Well,
was
I'm
like
sure-
Osmosis Jones, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had some crazy ass ideas. But what I'm saying is a lot of this. I mean, about all this universe is from his mind. So
Yeah.
No,
I know that
I
doesn't
don't believe you can
necessarily
say.
make
I don't believe you can say that. I don't believe
I
you can say
absolutely
that
believe
because
that.
you can't say
Star Wars
that.
is.
It's not. No,
He created
because
it.
because
It
so
is
many
his. He
people.
created it.
I don't care. Stan Lee created the Marvel universe. It's not his.
Well, Stanley started the Marvel universe. I would say Lucas not only started it, but he kind of blueprinted everything.
Stan Lee did the same thing.
Wanted to change. I don't know. Stanley hasn't been a part of really hadn't been a part of Marvel for a long time, you know, and when right
He
really
was-
has. But Lucas
Okay,
has been in
but
Lucas was
Stan-
in the prequel. You know, I
Right.
don't know, man.
JB says it really well. He says the seed of the universe is his. Yes, he is. He is
Okay,
the. He is
I'll
the.
give you
He
that.
is the. He
I'll
is
give
the
you
father. He is the father of it.
I'll give you that. So what you're saying is there's been a lot of new content created, but it's using
using his ideas, and it's. I
Right.
think they've been improved upon. I think that the best.
I would
It's-
agree with that.
in
you
some
wouldn't
ways,
agree
yes.
with
In
that?
some ways, they haven't been. No, I mean, I would agree
I would,
with some ways.
agree with that. I would agree with that just to say that there are strengths that George Lucas has, and there are weaknesses that he has.
No,
Right.
I would agree with that too.
But,
I
When
would
other
agree with that.
people are brought in,
If you go through, if
he
you
didn't
go
direct
through the most,
Empire,
if you go,
you know, like,
but what I'm saying basically is if you go through the most popular Star Wars characters for people right now, most of them weren't created by George Lucas.
name
Who were the
some. Who are you talking
popular
about?
characters
Kylo
in Star Wars?
Ren?
Who wasn't created by?
I mean, I
Kylo
think
Ren.
that's just like recency, right?
Kylo
that's
Ren?
everyone
That's new. That's kind of new.
Sabine,
Qui-Gon, that was Lucas's creation.
Sabine?
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Grand
you know,
Admiral Thrawn was not Lucas's.
Grand Admiral Thrawn was a creation of one of the writers, right? The
Timothy
books.
Zahn.
Timothy Zahn.
Yeah.
Timothy Zahn, right?
Right.
That's true. I mean, I'll give you that, but
Yeah, so-
most of the popular characters are Lucas's creation.
The entire
most of
cast of Rebels.
Darth Vader, that's Lucas.
Right.
Luke Skywalker, that's
I think
Lucas.
with the
I mean,
ones
you know,
it's tough just
The
because
important ones.
they are like pumping out content around them, you know. So it's like, you know, they're on store shelves. They're in like series that are coming out. You could say The Mandalorian too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I think
I would
it's like
say, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't remember what I was gonna say.
I'm
Russ,
sorry, dude. I messed you up. My
I
apologies.
don't remember.
Well,
I forgot it before I started.
At some point, though, we are going to have, and even I have to admit this, we're going to have to say that enough content has been created post Lucas's involvement, and enough stuff's been created to post Lucas that it's no like Lucas can be the Godfather, but eventually he's not, like, he's got to be forgotten about a little bit. I have to admit that.
I mean, I'm ready.
But I'm just saying,
I've already
I
been
feel
that
like-
point and
Yeah.
past it.
I feel like people don't give it. I feel like people. I mean, I get mad when people try to go against what Lucas has already created. He's already done, and I'm like, he's already said that this is how it goes.
He
That's
don't
it.
own it anymore.
He
He's
doesn't
got
own
no
it.
say in how
Yeah.
it goes.
That's not true. He already has had say in how it goes. He's already done it.
And
He's already
he's
done
sold
it.
now-
his
and
rights
now the
to
people-
have any
I
say.
know.
And
I'm not
now the
saying
people,
that. I know
and
he
now
sold
the
it,
people,
but
and
you-
now the people that
Go
are
ahead.
writing stories now have every single right, as much right as he would, to contradict him, because he sold the rights to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess you're right. 'cause
Whatever,
sold the
whatever
rights
he
to it,
said
but-
before he accepted that, what, $4.6 billion?
All I'm going to say is if they do that, though, then I will stop watching Star Wars altogether. And there's no canon. There'll be no canon. You
That's
can't
not true at all.
can't go back and rewatch. You can't go back and redo everything. There's no canon. You won't be able to do it.
I've kind of gone like in and out of that because I feel like if that would be my stance, and it's like I can go back and read these old Legends books, knowing that they're not canon,
Sure.
but like they're just fun Star Wars stories.
Right.
They're
And
fun
then it's
Star
like I
Wars
catch,
stories.
so it's like,
Right,
but then like sometimes I'm thinking like I'm trifling about degrees of made upness of all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I
Probably
mean?
is.
So it's like,
But
It's
like
actually
the
probably a
thing-
stupid
but-
argument, but
It is, but it isn't,
yeah. I
because Star Wars has been in the cultural conscience for so long now that
Yeah.
people feel ownership in it. And
I
what
think you're
people
right.
and what people don't
sure.
and what people don't understand about franchises that go on for this long is that
Yeah.
the people that started it were caretakers of their creation, and what they end up having to do is hand off their stewardship of those characters to the next generation, and then it's their turn to interpret those stories in the way they see fit.
Well, I would say it's their turn to take it from their point on. I don't feel like they should have the
Yeah.
right to go back and rewrite everything that's already been done.
I think Russ with Star Wars, there's so much
But-
so much time involved with it. Like between like the old Republic. I mean, there's stories that like go back to like the beginning of that universe. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
like,
yeah,
so
they haven't really
I-
been told all that either.
and I think and I think that's a good thing. And I think that's something that's unique to Star Wars, which is why I know like we discussed like a year ago, and we were kind of all on different places with this about reboots. And like, my point still today is that I don't think you'd have to do that because there's so much
unexplored.
unexplored space to play with.
Yeah.
I'll say.
There's a lot of
The reason-
timeline that's unexplored.
The reasons for reboots are always to clean up continuity.
Yeah, exactly. And it's been like that in comic books at least for. And I think with movies, it's just money, right?
With the
I
intent
feel
to
like
clean
it's
up.
different mediums.
A lot of those reboots have the intent to clean up continuity, and then they garble it up worse.
Look at like the Ultimate Marvel universe. Like they did that to start from square one, but then 10 years later, you had 10 years of new continuity.
Mile love this. Fox's X-Men movies come to mind. Well, it's just that was.
Well, you got to throw a turd in a punch bowl, man.
I'm just saying. Every time I felt like they were trying to fix things, they made it worse. It was like, stop trying to fix it. Oh, sorry. I mean, yeah, and I'm being wrong. And I told you I don't necessarily hate all those movies, but when you try to make sense of any continuity in those movies, it'll blow your fucking mind. You'll go nuts trying to figure it out. It's insane because it's one movie will say that this happened, another next movie will say no, that didn't happen, this happened. The fuck, So yeah, I but that's that's just that's
Okay.
Marvel.
This is a good discussion. We can do this discussion, and then we have to get to Halloween, or we're never going to be done with this show.
Yes, I know.
Brink says, I heard something this week. I'd like to get your take on it. Return of the Jedi. Do you guys see that as Luke becoming a Jedi causing the return, or is it Vader reverting back to the good side?
That's interesting.
Vader for sure.
I've never thought of it in that way. I mean, like the Vader angle. I was just kind of
Vader. He's the chosen one. He
I
came back. He returned. If you want to say that.
I think that you have to look at what the original title of the movie was going to be.
Revenge of the
Revenge
Sith.
of the
Revenge of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why that's why they did Revenge of the Sith for part 3. So if it was the Revenge of the Jedi, I think that it's both things. I think that it's Luke's ascension to actually being a Jedi, having mastery of the Force, and Vader's redemption and climbing back to the light.
Which gives the big middle finger to the Sith. So and the Emperor dying. That's it.
Too, but I think it is a dangerous game to try to assume that George Lucas had all this shit figured out beforehand, because he did not. You know what I mean? Like, I think he did a lot of kind of making it up as he went along. But I think overall he had a loose outline from A to Z.
I said that. I told my son that. I said, well, Lucas is a fucking genius. He had all this thought out. My son said, if you think that he had all this thought out, you're fucking nuts. my
You didn't
kid
have
is
the
convinced that,
you figured out.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, right? Junior was telling me
No.
he's convinced that during the making of Return of the Jedi that Lucas was doing so many script rewrites that he was just
Rob, do you have
I
any
don't
thoughts?
No, we pretty much covered it.
All right.
I think the Vader angle is interesting. That's all I'll say. And I never thought of it that way. That would be kind of cool to think of it that way, that he came back to being a Jedi. Because we've had Jedi go to the Sith and come back. Revan,
Yeah.
perfect example. And go back and come back again.
And then they keep going back and forth depending on what the book or video game needed him to do.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah,
Sometimes it was like 4 times in one piece of
he's the ultimate cannon fodder. It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. That's a cool.
Like,
I like your thinking, Brink.
your boy Lucas had a big heart on for Vader. The first 6 movies are all about Vader.
Are all about Vader. Yeah, they are.
That's why I think
Well-
now, like with hindsight being 2020, those 6 movies are kind of it for me. You know, I think the sequel trilogy is kind of like a nice little epilogue for the characters that I like cared about. But
I just had a thought. You need to think of the new sequel trilogy as Star Wars: The Next Generation.
I would say I would kind of, because the older guys, it's almost like they're passing the
torch,
mantle,
and like they kind of filled a lot of those.
Yeah.
And by the way, I would argue that Vader was just as much part of the sequel trilogy, because that rusted, banged up helmet was there.
Mm-hmm.
And Kylo's worshiping it like it's a fucking great one.
And then he said fuck it, and then like broke his helmet, but then he put his own helmet back together, and like I didn't even know, like that was a.
Yo, I thought the biggest fuck you to Kylo was when fucking Palpatine said, "I've been every voice in your head since you were young," and it fucking goes through Snoke and Vader, and
I just wish they would have developed that from episode 7.
Whatever. I fucking hate Palpatine. So fucking
I know you do.
So
Let your hate turn to strength.
What's up, Maya?
one thing I want to bring up into that, is it Return of the Jedi because Luke's now a Jedi or Vader came back? And my argument, not taking into account the original title of the movie, Revenge of the Jedi, I would say it's both, because look, I know a lot of people don't like it, but Force Ghost Anakin at the end of the fucking most recent update is Hayden Christensen.
Yes, he is. Yep.
And you know why that makes perfect sense? Because that's how he last remembered himself looking before he
Before he turned.
was last a
Yeah.
Jedi. Before he turned, that's how he looked. So
That's a good
It
point.
actually helped me like make that make sense a little bit, because I remember like for a while seeing that and being like, well, that's silly that he would be like. It's like let me. What part of my life was I best looking at?
No, yeah, but I mean, I don't know if it was that. It was what he said though, because think about it. When Obi-Wan died, right? He was a Jedi. He was an old man. Made sense. He can come back. He'll come back just how he was. Same thing with Yoda. Right, but I say Hayden Christensen.
that's cool,
Anakin.
Well,
It makes perfect sense, actually.
it goes to what basically like fans have said forever is that fucking Anakin died when Vader was born.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. And so maybe when he turns away from the dark side, it's Anakin's resurrection, so to speak. Not coming that like the light, but I mean his resurrection in the living force. So
Because
his redemption.
and
his redemption and brings him back to being Anakin again.
And I love the part in 9 where all the Jedi are talking to him and Anakin's voice is there as Hayden Christensen.
Yep.
It shows
that was one of the voices.
His redemption was complete. He was a part of the living force again.
of the Jedi. Yeah, which is cool. That's kind of awesome. I mean,
I need
it's
to watch
symbolic.
that movie again, man. I've only seen it once in the theater.
Oh, really?
I watched it on a bad cam the night before I went to go see it in the theater.
Yeah,
So
mine.
It's on Disney Plus, I think, right?
Yeah, it's on Disney
Yeah.
Plus. And then I watched
My son hates
then
it.
I
so I
watched
don't
it.
have
Dude, I
it.
can't. I don't even.
Then I watched it in the theater, and then the next day they had a HD scan of it, and I watched it at the house
Nice.
the next day too.
I enjoyed it. It was actually I think it was my favorite of the sequel trilogy. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely for me too.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
I like
so-
I like the Emperor, so
I do too.
I mean, yeah, I know, and I don't. And in spite of that little fucker being in it, I liked it.
good.
And that's the thing, because I know I mentioned when it came out, but it's like if this whole saga was them defeating the strongest Sith Lord, fuck you, Russ, of all time, you know, like then I'd
I
be.
mean, I
cool.
guess I think you're right.
It just screamed of, we don't know what to do with this last movie, so we're gonna.
I think
shoehorn
so.
this in, you know? And I think Palpatine deserves better. I think he's the best
Yeah.
Sith Lord there ever was. The most
Shut
powerful.
the fuck up!
most
Don't you
accomplished.
dare
He is.
bite your
You know?
fucking tongue. Shame on you. No, he is not.
And
Here we go.
I just feel like that movie.
I
didn't,
feel your hatred, young one.
Yeah, Russ, come on, man.
I'd like to take a lightsaber
I
to
forgot to
Palpatine's
tell you guys.
fucking
So
skull.
I was in the Star Wars Black Series group, and these people are just like calling each other the worst things in the world because some dude bought like all of the Walmart stock or something, and I was like, guys,
Call them things like anorexic shit nuggets.
they were calling him a socialist and like
Oh, Jesus.
all this other stuff. So it was bad. It was ugly, right? So and then like the last thing I said, and I was like, guys, didn't you watch these movies? Like, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate. I was like, you guys are turning to the dark side. And then,
All I'm gonna say is whoever came up
and then
with
they just told me to
anorexia-
go fuck myself.
all I'm gonna say is whoever came up with anorexic shit nuggets. I think that guy's a genius,
It's amazing. It's a great play on words.
and that's all I'll say
Phenomenal.
about that. That's all I have to say about that.
All right, are we gonna do this Halloween
Yeah,
thing?
let's do Halloween,
Get
bitches.
into
All
it.
right, let's do it.
Okay, guys. So we left you off last time. We talked about Halloween 6. So we're on to Halloween 7, which is Halloween H2O, which is really funny to me because I didn't understand this at first. But the atomic weight of water is 7. And it's the 7th movie in the franchise, and also H2O is Halloween 20 years.
20 years to the 20
Yeah.
year. Manny.
So I thought it was pretty fucking cool.
It's clever.
It is the
Yeah, look at
shortest.
them, dude.
Huh?
I said, look at them.
Yeah. It is the shortest Halloween movie in the series with a runtime of 86 minutes. It has a body count of 7, with 2 of the kills being off screen. And this was in the 90s, man, so that was pretty fucking tame.
That seems
Yeah.
really tame.
Yeah.
You know?
This is the first Halloween movie that has Jamie Lee Curtis in it without Donald Pleasance, who played Dr. Loomis.
Right.
Director Steve Miner also directed 2 films in another popular horror series, Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3. So,
Bouncing around.
yeah.
Mhm.
And he is also the director of Wes Craven's Wishmaster.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
that's interesting.
Really
And,
fucked me up when I was a kid, man.
and Warlock.
Jesus, the Warlock movie. Was great,
Warlock
dude.
was dope.
It's dope as shit. I like Warlock.
What about Dick Warlock?
Dick Warlock, man, you remember. That's fucking crucial,
Go
man.
ahead, go ahead. That's right.
Crucial.
That is crucial indeed.
See, I knew I was gonna fucking break. I've been so good for so long.
You're turning into Ross.
That's
know.
great.
I mean, that's a fucking name, dude. I don't care.
During the commentary track, Steve Miner, the director, said he views this as a direct sequel to the original Halloween. He later added in that the film needed to end with Laurie killing her brother, a plot point that was first introduced in Halloween 2.
Yeah.
He has commented on receiving late-night phone calls from Jamie Lee Curtis worried and complaining about the state of the script. They both agreed that Kevin Williamson's uncredited contributions made for a much better film.
Huh.
Contrary to popular belief, Kevin Williamson was in fact not the original writer of the film. Originally, Robert Zappia was hired.
What?
Zappia hired to pen Halloween: Two Faces of Evil, which was planned to go direct to video after the basically shit bomb that was Halloween 6 for the box office. Zappia's original script was set in a fenced-in boarding school. However, when Jamie Lee Curtis expressed concern in returning to the series, Kevin Williamson, who was coming off his success with Scream, was asked to pen a treatment that added Laurie Strode back. When the Writers Guild deemed that Williamson did not deserve writing credit on the screenplay, Dimension Films, hoping to market the film as from the creator of Scream, offered Zappia more money to share the writing credit. He denied it. So the studio made Williamson an executive producer credit on the finished film. How petty is that? You come in for a rewrite. You completely rewrite the script, except for a couple points that were like the main points of the plot, and then the other guy that wrote the script that you basically,
had to
fix, comes back and rewrites everything you did. But you don't want to give him a credit. That's fucking petty. I like that.
Yeah. Boy, there were some hard ass motherfuckers in Hollywood. I'm telling you, dude, there are. God damn.
In the Halloween 25 Years of Terror documentary, John Carl Buechler and Greg Nicotero of K&B Effects. You should remember those names from the last time we did this. They did stuff for Part 6. Revealed 4 completely different masks were used throughout the movie. The first one was from Buechler, resembled the one from 6. The producers didn't like it. They thought it had too much emotion in it. So they called in Greg Nicotero and had him make a new mask, and filming resumed with the new mask. That mask was replaced by another one, and at one point a CGI mask is also used. Now the part about the CGI mask is that's been kind of debunked. What it is they have continuity, and that's what editing is for. So what happened was they used the wrong mask in the famous scene that's supposed to be the CGI mask. So what they did was he was wearing a mask, but they fucking altered it using CGI.
I got you. So it really wasn't a CGI
It's
mask,
not a full CGI effect, and that's part of the reason why it looks so shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was...
Nicotero, I don't know, just throwing it out there, he's like the head special effects guy that's on The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He that's some of his best work doing that fucking show. Some of the creations he's come up with is just insane. Yeah.
This is the third time that Jamie Lee Curtis worked with her mother, Janet Leigh, on screen. They both appeared in the same episode of The Love Boat in 1978. Then after Halloween, The Fog, which was with another John Carpenter movie. Now, we talked about some of the touches John Carpenter would throw into his movies to reference Alfred Hitchcock, and you're going to see a lot of that stuff coming through here too, because the directors of these sequels were trying to homage Carpenter, so when they did that, they were actually homaging Hitchcock.
Accidentally.
Right. Yeah.
During a 2018 interview with Variety, Jamie Lee Curtis said that HBO started out with the best intentions, but it ended up being a money gig. The film had some good things in it. It talked about alcoholism and trauma, but I ended up really doing it for the paycheck. We could tell, sister. We could tell.
Yeah, we definitely could. Yeah.
I mean,
And
fuck.
we don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In a scene where Janet Leigh's character speaks to Lori, she asks if she can offer some maternal advice, which is funny because it is the mother and daughter in real life.
Right.
And her name was Norma in this, which was the name of her character in Psycho also. So during the scene where Norma is leaving, she stands in front of the car from Psycho. The music playing in the background at this part is also from Psycho. Janet Leigh. Yeah. The license plate on the car is also the same as the
Psycho
second car Marion buys in Psycho. NFB 418, which are Norman Bates initials for the NFB. I just was like, so I was trying to think. I was like, what is it, Norman fucking Bates? I mean, you know, Norman Franklin Bates. During one of the scenes at the school, Charlie, who was played by Adam Hand Bird, tells John, played by Josh Hartnett, 20 years from now, you're still going to be living with her, probably running some weird motel out in the middle of nowhere. Another reference to Psycho. PJ Soles was originally approached for the role of Carrie Tate / Laurie Strode's secretary. Soles never gave a straight answer as to whether she wanted to do it or not. She was kind of skeptical about playing a different character because she had played Linda in the beginning. So she lost the role to Jamie Lee Curtis's mother. Jamie Lee Curtis considers the film a thank you note to her fans. Without the early career, I truly don't think I would have been an actor. Like this is the beginning of Jamie Lee Curtis being like almost insufferably arrogant and
because this was in '98, right?
Yeah.
Well, Jamie Lee Curtis, I think it was a time where she was like, "I'm a fucking superstar." It's like,
yeah,
dude,
I just
take it
stripped
easy,
off
Chica.
my clothes in front of Arnold.
What was that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
True
he
Lies.
did?
True Lies.
He
Yeah,
was,
which
like,
is
dancing around.
actually, I did like that movie, but
I do too.
yeah,
It's good. It's good, man.
yeah, it's a guilty pleasure.
Dude, I like the bad guy in that movie. He's fucking
Me
dope.
too. Me too. It's a great villain.
The movie was originally going to be a sequel to Part 6. Okay, Part 6 was all the craziness with Michael and the Thorn Cult.
Right.
Kevin Williamson's original treatment included a scene in which 4, 5, and 6 are all referenced and acknowledged being in continuity and canon. So basically, if Kevin Williamson's original treatment had been used, this would not have just been a direct sequel to Part 1.
Man, Jesus
And
Christ.
then there's also confusion with this one if it's in fact a sequel to just Part 1 or Part 1 and 2. Because yeah.
You ever wonder if they decide to throw that shit out there and change their minds just depending on how they think people will like.
Yeah, dude, they
take
do that
this
shit
better.
all the
Let's see what
time.
they
Like
see.
test
Yeah.
screenings and shit really do affect movies.
Yeah, they'll change their mind on how they want to like say what they want to say a movie is supposed to be for or what is, that kind of weird shit. I don't know. It's bizarre, dude. Like a politician. Huh? Wink, wink.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
God damn it, Ross.
God damn it, Ross.
I know.
Dork.
So
Sorry.
So basically what the scene was going to be was they did a version of it where a girl's talking about Frankenstein in Jamie Lee's class. But what this scene would have been would have been this girl doing a report on Michael Myers. Talking about, what happened since then. And so basically like what it was going to be was like Jamie Lee didn't know about the offense of 4, 5, and 6. It's because Lori is Jamie Lee's character's name. And Danielle Harris played Jamie Strode, which was supposed to be canonically Laurie's daughter, who she gave up and then moved out to California and had Josh Hart in it.
It's like shit's starting to get sloppy,
Yeah.
mushy.
So like she doesn't know that Michael killed Jamie, but she knows Jamie existed. So after the report, she like dismisses the glass and goes in the bathroom and throws up, and that's what it would have been. Was just like that one scene, and then it would have fucking connected the entire fucking franchise. So
It actually could have been interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you know, again, they're like that didn't test well, so we didn't go that direction. Anyway,
well, it never made it out of the first treatment.
Yeah, okay. So they're like, fuck that. We didn't even try to test that shit.
Now, John Carpenter was originally in negotiations to be the director because part of the allure for Jamie Lee Curtis doing this movie was to unite, as much of the original cast and crew as possible. He had agreed to direct the movie, but his starting fee was $10 million, and he wanted a 3-picture deal with Dimension.
Now, was this around the time when John Carpenter had blown up a bit, right? And he was kind of...
Oh, yeah. Well...
Yeah, this is why. All right.
Well,
I remember...
what's going on is he rationalized it by saying that it was compensation for revenue he never received from the original Halloween.
That's right, because of
and so him and
right.
Mustafa Akkad, who was the producer of all of them up to 7,
right,
didn't agree. So Akkad was like, "Fuck you, no." And the Weinsteins were like, "No, we can get somebody cheaper for this, anyways. Fuck you, bye."
They're like, later, guy. We're not paying you that kind of money. Fuck off.
I said, "Fuck you, dork."
That's the budget of the fucking movie, dude. What are you talking about?
Now, before he died, Mustafa Akkad died tragically. Mustafa Akkad was a Jordanian man, and he died in a terrorist attack in Jordan.
Oh, fuck.
He was.
Dude,
That's terrible, man.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Oh.
And so his theory about H2O was that Michael Myers was not the killer. Because he was the one that wanted to reveal. He wanted to reveal at the end of H2O that it wasn't Michael. Instead of that first scene in Resurrection being, the mask being pulled off and it's not Michael.
Right.
He wanted to include that as the ending. So that what they did was they cut off after, in editing, after he had signed off on the movie, they cut the part where they take his mask off.
Boy, they do some shiesty shit during the making of these movies.
Crazy.
Oh man!
Now, the credits in the prologue of this movie has Dr. Loomis's dialogue from the first film about Michael repeated.
Right.
The studio was unable to retrieve the unmixed audio from the original scene to reuse, and they were forced to tap a different voice actor to play Donald Pleasance, and he did not do that great of a job. You can look up Dr. Loomis voice comparison, because they had to do the same thing in part 6 after he died for part of the dialogue. And you can tell how, it's really a bad imitation.
Damn.
That's crazy, dude.
Let's see. Oh, they also had a thing where the nurse that was murdered in the beginning of H2O, she was actually Nancy Stevens, and that was the character in the first Halloween that was with Dr. Loomis when they went to go pick up Michael, and all the fucking inmates had escaped. So this actress here was playing that character, Marion Whittington. So there was going to be a character named Rachel Loomis, who was gonna be Dr. Loomis's daughter.
Oh, no shit.
So that's how it would have been. Rachel would have come home to discover her computer on, and would be swiftly dispatched by Michael. In the you're gonna not believe this shit. In the original fucking treatment for this movie, Kevin Williamson wrote in the ending that Michael Myers would be split in half by a fucking helicopter in the
Nice.
middle of Los Angeles after
That's a very
a car
very
chase.
90s thing to do.
Yeah.
Very 90s thing to do.
Yeah, it is.
So that's the
We're in that-
craziness of H2O.
Wow.
A lot of people really like that part in the series. It's an okay one for
Yeah.
me. I mean, it has like, let's be honest. When you're watching these movies, okay, there's story, but you're looking for the body count.
Yeah, and you
turn-
walk.
7 and 2
turn
of
your
them being off
expectations down for
scenes
sure.
are kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, I was always just
Now-
trying to find creativity into killing, you know.
Now
What
we get
insane
to
way they're
me what I think is the weakest and most disrespectful movie in this fucking franchise.
gonna- Oh boy.
Halloween Resurrection with Busta Bus.
Oh my god, dude.
Here we
He was in
go.
Heck, he was in a grip of movies for a minute, man.
Yeah.
God.
Jamie Lee Curtis hated the idea of the sequel, as she felt that Laurie had a satisfying ending in the previous film. She initially refused to be in the film until she got her way, and her condition was that she was killed off in the opening of the film to make sure that she couldn't be used in another sequel.
Ah.
Yeah. At the time of the film's initial release, Malaka Khan, who is Mustafa's son, tried to explain it by claiming Jamie Lee Curtis was so impressed with the screenplay that she wanted to take a large part in it. She has publicly said that is not the case, and she was under contract to do it. So
She said, I just had to do it because it was under contract.
both Carpenter and JLC hate this film. The
bad.
director is Rick Rosenthal, who actually had directed Part 2 21 years earlier.
Holy shit.
Crazy, dude.
Kane Hodder was the Michael Myers stunt double in this film.
No shit.
So he was-
That's fucking
Yeah,
wild.
so he was also... I didn't know this before doing the research on this. He was also played Michael Myers.
That's cool, dude. Goddamn.
One of the other positives of this movie is that the Resurrection mask is usually regarded as one of the best masks of the sequels. This in Part 6. This mask was really close to the original one, but it does get criticism because they say that because of some of the angles that were on the new Kirk mask that they used, that the mask was more expressive than the Part 1 mask. You know what I mean? Because basically what the mask is the mask is supposed to show you this blank slate. It's not supposed
Right.
He's not supposed to emote through the mask.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's fucking
A
great.
sequel titled Halloween Retribution was planned and involved Josh Hartnett coming back as John Tate. And they were going to cast a new Sheriff Lee Brackett, seeking revenge for Laurie and Annie's death on Michael Myers. But due to the critical backlash, low box office receipts, and the death of Mustafa, they decided to say, fuck that shit. The film does end with a sequel hook. Like, you know, it ends with Michael basically waking up in the morgue, like, with his eyes open, his mask on, and like, beat to shit.
But he's alive.
All right, now we get to Rob Zombie's first one. Emma Stone auditioned for the role of Laurie Strode.
I love
That's
this one, by the way,
interesting.
man. I
Yeah,
think it's so good.
I do too. I really enjoy both of Rob Zombie's Halloweens for different reasons.
The first one was really cool for me because I felt like they went into a more more of Michael's backstory. He kind of went into more of the like I feel
Why
like we
he's
didn't get
fucked up.
Yeah,
because I feel like we didn't get that in the original as much as, and he kind of explained some shit, and I was like, oh wow, all right, that's kind of cool, you know.
Yeah, it's so real quick. Like I like that they did that, but they didn't make it make it to where he was like just like some victim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I do.
No.
I guess like yeah, this guy's fun, but like he's still like a fucking monster. Which I think
Sure.
you don't want to sympathize with him too much because he's a villain. You know?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, good point.
I think it was an interesting choice though to cast this like angelic, blue-eyed, blonde-haired kid as the Shape. You know?
Yeah.
I do think that
It was
was a
a weird
really interesting choice.
Well, I guess to show you that evil can look evil can look sweet, you know.
Tyler
Yeah.
Mane, the same actor that played Sabretooth, is the tallest actor to portray Michael Myers. He was 6'8".
I thought that was like really cool in this. Like he was just like that monster, you know?
Yeah. Zombie contacted Carpenter. Oh, sorry. What, Russ?
No, he's a big motherfucker, dude.
Zombie contacted Carpenter when he got the gig. There's been a long-running feud between the two. Basically, Zombie says that Carpenter snubbed him, and Carpenter says that he basically just told him to make it his own. Carpenter spoke out a lot of times at conventions at this. Like, he has nothing good to say about Rob Zombie whatsoever. Rob Zombie's been pretty tame, you know, and kind of taking the high road. But it is what it is, man.
Nothing.
What does he not
Nothing
like?
nice to say about it.
Like,
he doesn't care about the movie. He doesn't like the fact that he says Rob Zombie basically lied about him. They said that both of them acknowledged that there was a phone call. Rob Zombie said something like, he said, "Well, John, I'm gonna be doing Halloween, you know," and Carpenter was just like, "Make sure I get a check for it, and I'm happy."
sounds like me.
That's funny though, dude. I don't know. Like, as long as I get paid, motherfucker.
Now, there was some tragedy around this movie that for quite a few reasons. In 2012, a 17-year-old kid in Texas named Jacob Evans killed his mother and sister in October of 2012.
Jesus Christ.
In his written confession, he claimed to have watched the movie 3 times the week of the murders. He also wrote, "After I watched the movie, I put it back in the case and threw it in the trash can so that people wouldn't think that it influenced me in any way."
Oh, God.
Fuck, dude, that's
That's
terrible.
fucked up. The movie's
But
production.
it definitely did influence me.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I killed somebody because of a Rob Zombie movie, man.
Yeah.
The movie's production was delayed due to the death of Mustafa, the producer of all 8 of the previous movies. Akkad died, as I told you, of severe injuries as a result from terrorist attacks in Jordan in 2005, making Halloween with the Weinsteins was a miserable experience. Oh, okay. Zombie went on to say that making Halloween with the Weinsteins, who had the property at this point, was a miserable experience for me, and so I was very reticent to do the second one. I did do the second one, and I thought, okay, well, the first one was a miserable experience, but it did well, so maybe it'll be easier the second time. It was worse. Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
I felt like they were trusting me on the first one because they wanted to make sure it was a hit, and now they weren't trusting me not to fuck up their hit. Before deciding to go with Zombies version, the studio was about to greenlight Halloween: The Missing Years, which would have been now this is wrong. This bit of information here, I put it down because part of it's true. It would have been a prequel set with Michael Myers' early days at the asylum. In an interview, Zombie said he went into the meeting with the Weinsteins with 2 films in mind, one being strictly just Myers in his childhood, then the remake. Unfortunately, they shot the idea down. This is why in the remake, the first half of the film focuses on Myers' childhood. Now,
Okay.
what this Zombie had both movies written. And so basically what they said was, well, we like the first part of this, just add this second part on so that we have Michael in the mask and we have why people want to go to the fucking movie.
Right.
Now, the Halloween: The Missing Years would not have been the title of it. It would have been something different because Halloween: The Missing Years was the pitch that Quentin Tarantino and his partner gave to Mustafa Akkad, which would have been the thing with Michael Myers being homeless and throughout the year, and then like putting on the mask. The end of the movie would be him putting on the mask, but he's killing people the whole time. So yeah. At one point, because again this was with Dimensions, they considered making a crossover film featuring Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Of course.
Following in the steps of Freddy vs. Jason, a poll was held on the official site, but response from fans was negative, and the studio dropped it. The film underwent reshoots as a result. If I could talk, I'd be good. Of poor test screenings.
If I could talk, I'd be good at podcasting.
Yeah. These included a new escape for Michael from the hospital, as well as an alternate ending. At around 1 hour and 4 minutes in, the actor who sells guns to Malcolm McDowell's Dr. Loomis is actually Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, that's funny, dude.
An alternate ending was shot, then changed by Zombie. In it, Loomis survives and Myers is gunned down by Brackett's men in front of the Myers house. In the work print and the director's cut of the film, an alternate escape scene was used. In it, Michael begins his escape from the asylum by killing 2 orderlies while they are molesting a catatonic female patient in his room.
That's like typical Rob Zombie. He's like, what's
Yeah.
the worst thing
What's
that
the
could
most
happen ever?
fucked up thing I can do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
but it almost kind of makes Michael's killing them heroic a little bit.
well, they had a little bit of that anyways when he killed that first orderly.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
That's cool though.
Though Zombie prefers this version of the scene, it was reshot after a negative reaction from test audiences.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah. Well.
You're terrible and you're a monster.
All right. Now, do you guys remember the scene in the bathroom with the real big black dude? I'm Joe Grizzly. That dude.
Yes, I do. Yes,
He's also
yes,
been
I
in some other Rob Zombie stuff like Devil's Rejects. I think he was in 31. I'm not sure. I can't remember. His name is Ken Foree. So he's the guy that played Joe Grizzly. After killing him, Michael puts on his jumpsuit. Now, it's the same jumpsuit that Ken Foree wore in George Romero's Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, that's cool.
That guy. So yeah, that black dude was in Dawn of the Dead. Kept the jumpsuit, and that's the hero suit that they used for Rob Zombie's Halloween. That's pretty fucking
It's kind of cool, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like the connections, That's badass.
Yeah.
And damn.
So, I mean, I think that out of the horror remakes, I think this is a head and shoulders above them all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't think of a better one.
I mean, God.
I mean, slasher wise, this kicks the Friday the 13th one's ass.
And then I won't even talk about the new Nightmare on Elm Street one.
Yeah.
That was garbage to compare.
I think
the Freddy X or whatever.
Yeah,
or
the new
just the new the where
the way they try to
Haley played him.
Right.
I think this was they took the source material and they took it really seriously. Which just came out in 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I love that, man.
Yeah,
even
too.
if it doesn't always work, I think that it worked for me at least. Yeah, because I love this one.
It's like
me too.
It's like respect in building on the original.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then it's like not that there's like more respect than like the original one took or gave itself, but it's like maybe like reverence is the right word, right? Because it's like
respecting what came before.
Yeah, because like now these filmmakers are taking over these things that they grew up watching them, and
that's what I was about to say. If you're a fan of it, right? I mean, you're gonna probably take it a little more serious, I guess. I don't know. It was definitely cool. I enjoyed it. Like I hadn't enjoyed a Halloween movie that I'd seen. All the ones that I've seen. I haven't seen all of them. I've seen a few of them. Like I remember seeing H2O. I didn't care for that. You know,
Right.
I saw Resurrection. I didn't like Resurrection. You know, the only ones I enjoyed were like 1 and 2. You know, that's about it. And
Yeah, and
Most
I think that
people.
came out. I was yeah, and I was just kind of like interested in the slasher genre, right? But like this was like fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like I just kind of like almost roll it. You know, is like it was a weird time in my life. You know, when that came out. So
now was the Rob Zombie one? Is that the one where they almost show his face? Or I don't.
Oh
and
no,
I don't
that's
remember.
gonna be in the next Rob Zombie.
That's
one.
the next one. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's a
So
sequel.
this is
okay.
Rob Zombie's H2.
Right. It's the second one.
The word "fuck" and its derivatives are used 112 times in this film.
Ah, cool. Hey, God bless the
They
F
set
word.
the pace for what is now modern day cinema.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is the first
Guys-
Halloween movie to include Michael clearly walking around without his mask on.
yeah.
As an adult,
Guys, I gotta-
at least. Go ahead.
I gotta dip out. This Benadryl is like dropping me like
All
a
right, man. Go ahead.
goddamn rock.
Get some sleep, big
All
guy.
Yeah,
Take it easy,
right
man.
on, Rob.
Take care.
Hey
Rob.
guys.
Later, bro.
Catch you later, dude. This one I still haven't seen. I'm looking that up on Amazon right now because I'm gonna watch it when I go to bed tonight.
Yeah,
It's
it was.
nuts. This is
Not as
this is a bad acid trip, but I love
Yeah.
it because it's a bad acid trip.
I guess it maybe that's what it was. It made no sense to me at all. I was really confused in a lot of parts of
And,
it.
like-
Maybe.
It's weird, but I do like Sherry Moon Zombie, and like the
Dude,
way
me
he
too,
uses
man.
the
There's
way he
something
uses
about her.
her. Yeah, the way he uses her in this on that white horse. You know, is that as that like symbol of death. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. This was really he really got into the almost like a. I don't know if spiritual would be the right
Yeah,
word, I guess. I
this
don't
was-
know. A little bit of
this was
spiritual, a little
basically-
bit of a supernatural, spiritual feeling.
Yeah,
to
this
it.
was basically Rob Zombie's Thorn Cult storyline, you know?
Yeah, kind of, yeah, where
Yeah.
he gets into the
The
that aspect of
supernatural
it. It's
yeah.
yeah, it was crazy.
Dag Farch, who was, I don't know if that's how to pronounce. I know it's Dag because I've heard Zombie and other people talk about it in interviews, but I don't know if Farch. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
He farted, dude.
He did film some scenes as young Michael, but he had to be replaced because he grew up too fast. He
Uh-huh.
Oh, really?
So that's why it's a different kid in those flashback scenes in
Okay.
this movie.
All right.
Tyler Mane is only the second actor to portray Michael Myers twice. George P. Wilbur had done it in 4 and 6. Mane is the first actor to portray Myers in 2 movies in a row.
Like consecutive movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Margot Kidder plays Barbara Collier in this film, a character with a similar name to her Black Christmas character, Barbara Cord. So you're going to see the first of Zombies like influences that he wanted to homage in his Halloween.
Yeah.
Lori has a picture of
Weird.
Charles Manson over her bed at around 57 minutes after Linda's father tries to kill Loomis. It is revealed that the gun was not loaded, just like the gun Squeaky Fromm pointed at Ford. Squeaky Fromm was
That's cool.
one of the Manson girls.
Yeah.
She's probably the most famous one. She wasn't caught in the original arrest, and she went on to be arrested for basically putting a gun in Gerald Ford's face and pulling the trigger with a blank.
That's insane, dude.
Yep. Well, not even a blank. It wasn't loaded. But
Yeah,
Squeaky,
it just went.
a girl named Squeaky Fromm got in close enough that she could have assassinated the
small-ass
president
girl.
of the United States.
Yeah, kind of let you know, huh? And immediately Secret Service said, "We got to get better at this."
Caroline Williams cameos in this movie as Dr. Maple, one of the surgeons taking care of Lori in the operating room. She played Stretch in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, the real crazy one that Bill Moseley was in.
Oh no shit! All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the unrated director's cut commentary, Zombie says that in the original ending, the three main characters all die, and Laurie Strode's psychiatric ward stay is really, in fact, her last thought, as many mistake it as she's still alive. So basically, the end of the movie is a dream sequence.
That's fucking crazy,
And
dude.
it ended, and it was supposed to end with, Laurie shot Michael in the face. Michael did something to Loomis, and the police killed Laurie. Rob Zombie had nearly every main character killed off in the ending with Michael and Laurie to ensure that another movie could not be made. Despite this, Dimension insisted on a third film, and Zombie walked away from the project, not wanting to be involved with it.
because they were like, fuck that, we're gonna keep going with this shit.
Yeah. This film underperformed massively because it was
did.
I'm
basically
surprised by that, man.
people didn't like it. The whole direction with the whole white horse thing. People didn't. Michael talking, Michael not wearing his mask.
It wasn't one of my favorites. That's what I'll say. I was kind of like,
somebody keeps texting me. Sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that one either. And it wasn't necessarily because I don't think it was a terribly done movie. I just think I didn't like the choices he made when he made the movie. You know what I mean? It just wasn't something I enjoyed. Not that it was a horribly done movie. I don't think it was horribly done at all. Actually, I kind of dig the way some of the scenes, the way they were shot, I thought were really cool, really creative, and Rob Zombie did a good job. It's just it is. Sometimes a movie can go in a direction where you're just like, I didn't care for that. I mean, I know. I always try to say, the one I don't care about. So there's a certain Star Wars movie. People get pissed at me, but it's not that it was a bad movie. No, but I just didn't care for the way it went.
It's not your cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea. Exactly, and same thing with that.
If you want to watch the beginning later, we already hit H2O and Resurrection, so we're just basically starting H2 right now, the zombie H2. And then after that, all we got left is the 2018 movie, I think.
Right.
As part of the director's cut, Michael takes off his mask and yells "Die" before stabbing Loomis. If that scene actually happened, it would have been the first time that the adult Michael Myers had spoken in the franchise.
Yeah, and see, one of the cool things about Michael Myers was that he doesn't fucking talk, dude. He's a fucking psychopath that's just out to fucking kill you. It's one of the coolest things about him, right? Like, even occasionally you might
get like why fuck with it,
Yeah, I even liked when he occasionally would do where he would go, he might do the head tilt.
It's enough.
And the knife goes up, that kind of shit, is what that's about as close to talking as I wanted to get. A reaction of some kind, maybe just something somebody does or says, and then he just kind of goes, "Oh well, tell me to kill you," but it's no words.
But the thing was like after this one, like it was so much of a box office disappointment and so crapped on by fans and critics that Dimension and the Weinstein Company surrendered the rights back to Universal Pictures.
Wow, man!
Put it with Blumhouse, who made the 2018 one.
They're like, yeah, we're not wanting nothing to do with this shit. Here you go. Let me ask you: do you think Rob Zombie intentionally fucked that movie up in a weird way? Like, not that he wasn't trying to be artistic. I mean, do you think he intentionally knew? I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I know it ain't gonna probably go over with people, but fuck them,
I think that this was Rob Zombie saying "fuck you" to the studio, and doing exactly what Rob Zombie wanted to do, which was some Sherry Moon zombie porn, and fucking have some blood and guts going on and hillbilly shit. And that's what we got.
Right. That's how Rob Zombie likes to do.
Hillbilly shit, man, which is like the most frightening thing in the world to me.
Yeah.
You know, you just nothing
Scary.
so unsettling.
Well,
Good.
in the unrated cut, Lori is really quick to anger because they're playing with a PTSD angle, and they show that more with like they actually put the names of her pills on the fucking thing when she opens the pill thing. They cut almost all those scenes to try to make her more likable. So what Zombie was trying to do was basically make her becoming into Michael.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
And the producers didn't want it. Producers really didn't want that, so they fucking edited it to make that not be. Yeah, and the unrated ending sees her turn total psycho, and she's shot and killed by the police along with Michael.
Of course. Yeah, that's
Rob Zombie had never intended to make a sequel he had. Oh, he begrudgingly came back to direct so that nobody else could ruin his vision. This resulted in a plot hole, as there's no explanation in the film for how Michael survived such fatal injuries without immediate medical attention, especially because in the Rob Zombie versions, Michael is human with no supernatural elements. Yeah,
right.
How after that fucking first one he survived, nobody knows.
Right, and but then he started fucking around with like a. Yeah, it's like not really supernatural, but he's throwing in like these really weird spiritual kind of representations into it. It was, I told you, I couldn't get with it either. I again, it was an interesting, stylistically, it was an interesting choice. Some interesting choices he made.
Yeah. I mean, I like both movies. I thought it. Usually, when it comes to shit like this, I'm more like, don't show me what Michael Myers is all about. I just want my Michael Myers to be fucking The Shape. I want him killing people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
But
fucking machine, dude. You know?
Yeah. But like, I enjoyed the Thorn story in 4, 5, and 6. Mm-hmm. I liked that. 1 and 2, I love. You know, I love almost all the Halloween movies except for the Busta Rhymes one. Like this one,
but I will say this:
this one gets more shit than the Busta Rhymes one, and that's bullshit. You had Busta Rhymes beat up Michael Myers. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I would say this. Think about this. When did like all your classic slashers like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, right? When did they start getting less? Whoa, you know. And more funny and more when you I always feel like when you got into explaining more about them, it takes away some of the fear. It takes away some of the exactly. It takes away that psychological element
that basic fear of the unknown.
Yeah, because one of the cool things about Michael Myers was that he, when you didn't know too much about him, he's just this fucking psychopath that's just whacking people, just killing them. So it's, but you don't have any reason why. You don't know why. He's just killing. That's it.
And that's John Carpenter's original version of him.
And I think that was
John Carpenter. John Carpenter didn't want to come back for the sequel either. He was just fucking trying to get paid.
Sure, of course he was.
And it's like once you make it like that, it's like, is there any coming back from it?
That's
unless you reboot.
Yeah,
right.
And that's what they had to do in 4 because like they were like, okay, John Carpenter isn't gonna bring Michael back. What can we do to expand on the franchise without Michael? And we can have the Silver Shamrock Company doing fucking demonic fucking Halloween masks.
God.
And it's like,
it's like
that's kind of a big step there, buddy.
Yeah,
it was the same thing when Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, how do you make Freddy Krueger really frightening again?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to bring up because it's like
Yeah.
you watch it kind of knowing what to expect,
Mhm.
and which isn't to say you expect to be scared. You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
Well, what
I
happened?
think-
Right, that's what happened with Freddy Krueger. He became
Right, but
it became more of what he was gonna, what kind of creative bullshit he's gonna say,
yeah,
or
yeah.
what shit is he gonna talk? You
Which
know?
is cool, like in its own way.
Mhm.
But
But like, I think 4 and 5 and Nightmare get shit on a lot.
They do get shit. It does get shit
You
on a
know,
lot, but actually, but
I
let me
mean,
tell you,
three was such a high mark for the franchise that I don't.
it was probably the
know-
best. Well, my favorite's the first one, but
Yeah,
after the first one, the third one was my.
yeah,
The second one was like gay porn.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, nothing was anything wrong with gay porn, but it wasn't what I wanted in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. You know? You know? I'm not trying to hate on anything, but
all right.
but it just wasn't what I was, you know. But no, but I was see. I guess what I'm saying is, once you start giving away the secrets of a character like that too much, and start explaining him, like what you explain him, he almost gets his fangs cut. You know, it's like declawing a cat. You know,
Yeah.
But now, what about this new one? This
Right.
2018. I haven't seen that.
I'm sorry. You need to see it, dude. The sequel is
Do
coming
I?
out, and then the third one's coming out
Okay.
the year after. They've
All right, I'm gonna try to look for
made
it
this. They've made this to be a cohesive trilogy,
good.
Well, that's kind of cool, actually. At least they're
Yeah.
trying to do that.
and like
Yeah.
So what the conceit of this movie is that it follows after the first Halloween. Has nothing to do with the second one. So the revelation in the second one that Michael was Jamie's brother, no, didn't happen. And they address it. They address it in this movie. Like, wasn't she stalked by her brother and shit? And they're like, no, that was just something people said to try to understand him.
So they kind of okay. So they explain it. I got you. Okay, explain the plot hole. Nice. Okay. I mean,
Yep.
dismiss it as baseless, like you know, gossip and rumor.
Like National Enquirer shit.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
This is the first Halloween movie to be shot digitally instead of on film. Now, I think it makes a difference.
Of course it does.
Some of the scenes, Michael is too fast, and it's because of the digital process. It's like yeah.
He's just too quick.
He's just too quick in this movie. But I mean, it's one of the best ones in the franchise without a doubt.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With this one, there are now 5 different timelines to follow in the Halloween movies. Okay. The first timeline is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Right.
Then that's the first one. Then there's Halloween 3 all by itself.
That's another timeline, which is the witch's scary thing, right? Or whatever. That fucking
Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch. The third timeline is Halloween, Halloween 2, H2O, and Resurrection.
The fourth timeline is Rob Zombies,
the
right?
Rob Zombies.
Okay.
So now the 5th one that started with this one is Halloween, Halloween 2018, and then these 2 sequels.
Okay.
Which are Halloween Kills and then Halloween Ends.
Nah.
And oh my god, the teaser for Kills. Oh my god. Both
so
of them.
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Now Jamie Lee Curtis is back for these, right?
Yes.
Plays like an older version of her character,
right.
I guess.
She is an old, crazy PTSD version of Laurie Strode.
Oh shit!
Who is like a survivalist militia lady all unto herself.
Also, he really had an impact on her life.
Yeah. Like it's fucked up. I won't ruin that part of it.
Way to go, Michael.
Yeah. This became the highest grossing Halloween film in its opening weekend.
Oh wow, Jesus
It
Christ!
was the biggest horror movie opening with a female lead. Biggest movie opening with a female lead over 55, and biggest opening for any of the Halloween franchise films.
Oh wow!
Brink, yes, they almost all take place on Halloween. Some of them have parts on the day before, the day after, but most of them try to stick around Halloween. H2, the one I was telling you about, is basically like it takes place over a year, basically, from one Halloween to the next. So you see Michael going from one Halloween to the next. H2 is very much an acquired taste.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. It was the second biggest horror opening ever after It. It's also the second biggest October opening ever after... You guys got a guess? Venom.
No.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Venom
I
has...
forgot.
Yep.
I completely forgot Venom came out in October.
I did too. I was like, damn.
Oh, no shit.
At 70, Nick Castle is the oldest actor to play Michael Myers. Nick Castle is the original Michael Myers. He was also...
What he played?
Oh, dude, that's
What was
cool.
that shit? What was that shit you said about him moving too fast?
Well, those are the scenes with the Jai Courtney
He's
guy.
like 70 years
Let me
old.
see if I got this guy's name. Yeah, Jude Courtney. Jude
Oh,
Courtney.
okay.
He's the dude in the fucking shackles and in the if you watch the trailer
Yeah.
where they try to
Right.
give Michael his mask, he's the dude in the shackles and he does most of the work. Nick Castle did
Okay.
some of the slow moving stuff that they wanted to have like character moments of, and they wanted
Oh, okay.
they wanted that fucking head tilt the right way.
Yeah,
So
that
he
head tilt.
did
I
it.
got you. I got you. Yeah, he was the one that made it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because
That's interesting. Yeah.
and all that shit. And so it was kind of like the same thing, like with Kane Hodder with Jason. You know,
Yeah.
Kane Hodder did the whole thing where he'd move his head and then move his
Right.
body, and then moved his body.
Yeah. He basically gave him character with body language. It's kind of interesting. It's yeah. The instead of him just being this nothing but a psycho wielding a fucking machete, you know, he kind of had more to him than that. You know, it's interesting. Again, these guys are at disadvantage. So
Leatherface too.
yeah, good point.
To an extent.
Leatherface has an advantage though over Mike and Jason, that his mouth is there.
That's true too.
Yeah,
That's true
yeah,
too. Yeah, because you can see him making. Yeah,
Yeah, and he's got the lipstick on and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
you
and
put
he'll- and he-
faces too.
and he
know?
kind of he does moans and shit. Yeah, right.
Fucking
Yeah.
mongoloid.
Yeah.
There you go.
Indeed.
We're gonna bring that word back, baby.
Oh,
Bring it
shit.
back. It's fine, man. It's fine.
So, filming lasted only 28 days, and it was filmed around Charleston, South Carolina. That's
Oh
pretty
boy, they got
fucking
the mission
impressive.
fast, dude. God
When
damn.
you see this movie, it does not look rushed, man. It looks good.
Yeah.
The actor James Jude Courtney, who plays Michael Myers for most of the movie, consulted with real-life serial killers on how to kill people to make his
What
performance
the
more
fuck?
believable. In his
Like
own
super
words,
unnecessary.
Michael has been locked up for 40 years, so he's had a long time to think about killing. But obviously, he's still efficient and driven, so I wanted to make sure people see that in my performance. That's kind of what I was talking about with like how fast he is.
Yeah.
Like this Michael Myers moves with motherfucking purpose.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. That's what you're just saying.
it's like the best. It's the best cross of Tyler Mane and the other Michael Myers.
Mm. That's fucking
In this
wild,
movie,
dude.
it's a damn good Michael Myers.
Like
man.
that. Mike been planning, dude. He been working on it, even writing shit down. I had to move faster, speed, working out in prison, you know? That's insane.
Yeah. Danny McBride said
Oh.
that they originally planned to do 2 movies back to back, but they decided to scale it back to one film. And I think this is really
Yeah.
smart with what he says. We were like, let's learn from this and see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
we definitely have an
Good idea.
idea of where we would go with the branch of the story, and hopefully we get a chance to do it. And so they are filming Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends back to back.
Nice.
Oh, that's smart, man.
So it's basically like a 3-movie trilogy, kind of. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, so let me ask you: Halloween Ends. Are they really planning on ending it?
They haven't committed to that. They said
Good one.
they said that that's what they have in the pipeline for right now. They said that they may even take a crack at doing something like Season of the Witch, but they said they want to do like the Silver Shamrock Company.
Dude, I'm like open to that.
I'm
too,
open
like
to that
the,
too, man, because
Season of the Witch shit. Like
these dudes,
Well,
fucking
See, I want them to take Michael Myers and put him in a crossover. That's what I want to do. You know, I want him to do a versus, dude. You know,
yeah.
that's what I want because I really liked Freddy versus Jason. I fucking love that movie because it was all fan service. That's all it was.
yeah,
for me.
yeah, it was.
Complete fan service, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit.
Oh,
People were
years,
shitting
man.
on it. I'm like, fuck you. It was awesome.
It's not my fault this bitch is dead on her feet.
Yeah.
It was funny.
It was
funny.
great, dude. I mean, and then watch it. Why Freddy's getting ready to kill this bitch, and then fucking she just starts blood, fucking spuking blood out of her fucking mouth, and Freddy's like looking at her like, "What the fuck? I didn't do nothing to you yet."
She's mine.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
cool. Watching Freddy have a fucking. He looks like a temper tantrum.
That's my that's my shitty Freddy Krueger for y'all.
That's great, dude. It was fucking brilliant, man. Oh man,
The film's
too fun.
On
Just too
this
fun.
2018 one, the producer was Malaka Khan, the son of Mustafa.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Jamie Lee.
That's interesting.
Jamie Lee Curtis talked about how the first person she saw when she came to the set for the first day was Malik. She remembered him as a 7-year-old child visiting the set during the production of the original film. She added that seeing Malik for the first time since his father's death immediately brought her to tears. Jamie Lee Curtis has a very complicated history with Halloween. There was a time where she really tried to distance herself from it. Then she came back.
I remember those times.
And then she came back for, those two.
Yep.
And then she tried to distance herself again and become the Activia lady. And now she's like this weird cross of fan service Jamie Lee Curtis and Activia lady.
Yes.
So
you what I'm gonna you can say that. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say the paycheck was needed and it's there, and
Well,
she likes the money.
when you
and-
actually see her in interviews for these ones, she's actually passionate about it.
Well, okay, and it's cool. I give her that, but I don't know if her passion doesn't come from the fact that she knows she needs to show passion to be able to make fans believe
that's
she
a
wants
good
to
point.
do these movies and make money on them. That's all. I mean, for everyone is I'm very pessimistic, and when it comes to like Hollywood. You know what? Listen, look who decided to chime in. The fucking no shit. Yes, I'm a little pessimistic. Okay, fuck Takara. Anyway, there you go.
Fuck the world.
I always think that when it comes to Hollywood, though, I always think everybody's got an angle.
Yeah.
And it's like if you're doing something, if they're pretending like they like something 1 minute, and then the next minute they're like, I stay away from that, and the next minute they're coming right back to it. It's like, come on, man, what are you doing? The paycheck must be needed, What was it? Was it Johnny? Remember John? They were having the story that Johnny Depp back in the day tried to buy the rights to Crybaby because he didn't want to see him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this dumb motherfucker doesn't even realize he should embrace that movie.
Yeah, that's
He should
such
say,
a
look,
good movie.
it was. Fuck, I love the movie, but but even if you hate it and you think it was like your worst fucking performance ever, you say it was my worst. I feel like it was my worst performance ever, but for some reason people like it. Whatever, But embrace it. Don't run from it. I don't know. I bet if a lot of people said it was one of the greatest movies ever, he'd say, "Yeah, I did it."
All right, let's get back to this shit because I got a lot to go through on this one. Jake Gyllenhaal helped convince Jamie Lee to do this. She is he is a friend of of Curtis's family and considered her unofficial godson.
Ah, interesting.
So yeah, I guess she went to him asking if she should do it, and he told her to do it.
Look at Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, go ahead.
Flexing.
Before you go any
Nice.
further, if you don't care if I dip, I'm fading.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, big
Sorry.
Mhm.
All right,
That's
guys.
all right. Have a good night.
All
hon.
good.
Later, man.
Yep.
Yeah, y'all have a great
Take care,
Later.
Maya.
Mm,
All
Jake
right.
Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal.
And then there were 3.
That's interesting.
The role of Laurie's granddaughter came up. A lot of Hollywood actresses went after it. Lucy Hale and Emma Roberts were mentioned. They ended up going with an unknown like they did for Jamie Lee. One of the Easter eggs in this movie is when there's a scene with the newscaster describing, like, because Michael's going to be moving, they described it as the Babysitter Murders, which was going to be the original title of the original Halloween before they came up with the whole Halloween kick.
Yeah.
Several characters talk about Cameron's dad, Lonnie, the granddaughter's boyfriend, Lonnie. Well, in the original Halloween, Lonnie was the bully who constantly harassed Tommy Doyle.
Shit.
Yeah, he would later be scared by Loomis outside the abandoned Myers house when Loomis gets like, "You get the fuck away from there," or some shit like that. Really scary. It's like a laugh out loud moment in the original because it's just
to fuck with them.
Yeah.
That's great.
Carpenter claimed this would be the last Halloween movie, even though there were he had contractual obligations for a sequel. So he was trying to say this would be the last one when he was already contracted for being a consultant, and he also scored this one, and he will be scoring the sequels.
Maybe it's wishful thinking for him.
And then again, there's the line I told you about here where, the guy talked about Laurie Strode being Michael Myers', younger sister, and then he cleared that up so that basically John Carpenter has always talked shit about Halloween 2, no matter how good it is in the franchise and how good of a movie it was. So, he wanted to be involved with something that just directly was off the first one. The sequel, a sequel that he could see and be proud of, basically.
Sure.
I guess that's what he says.
Yeah. It had nothing to do with the fact that he feels screwed from them. And he probably was screwed, I'm sure, but,
There were test screenings. Everything tested well. There were test screenings in February of 2018 when it was coming out. And tested well except for the ending. So they came up with a new ending, and that's the ending in the film.
Jesus.
The original had a very different ending. It was a shorter confrontation. Yeah, so they get into a knife fight. So it's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers get into a knife fight.
Yeah, and then her daughter shoots Michael Myers with a crossbow while they're doing the knife fight. Then while the daughter and the granddaughter are carrying her away, she's begging them to go back and kill Michael. Michael escapes into the woods and ends up near a clearing near her house where the mannequins are, and sits down against a tree, heavily breathing. And it's implied by the script, possibly even finally slowly dying, which would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool, actually.
A lot of the behind the scenes and deleted stuff were used for the trailers, which are, that's par for the course for the today.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of scenes in the trailers and shit that weren't in the movie. They did show parts of the knife fight in the original trailer. Like, she's coming up after him with the knife in her hand like this in one trailer. Some of the deleted scenes include Allison finding a dead butchered dog hanging upside down on a tree. Because it's always been a thing. Michael always kills dogs. He eats rats, that kind of shit. There were alternate death scenes for Aaron and Dana, Lori and Karen talking in the Haddonfield Community Center, Allison comforting Lori after the restaurant scene, extended scenes of Lori on the gun range.
So they, all right. So I guess there's some scenes where they're showing you how badass she is. I guess trying to flex a little bit, or
part. Like I told you, like she's the survivalist chick in this movie,
right?
So part of the flashbacks are of her raising her daughter and shit,
right, and probably teaching her daughter how to be like, just so she can protect herself against the boogeyman in the mask.
Now, this is one of the best entries in the franchise for me by a mile. I mean,
you're making me want to watch it now. To be honest,
you should.
With you. I didn't.
You really should.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to watch it because I watched the second Rob Zombie one, and I kind of lost my taste for Halloween after that. But you're making me want to see it because it sounds like it sounds like it kind of goes back to what I originally liked about Halloween.
Yeah.
So kind of. Yeah, I think I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out now.
Dude, what'll get you fucking hyped to see it? If you just look up Halloween Kills teasers.
Yeah. Just watch some teaser trailers.
Well, the ones for the sequel coming out next year, because then you're gonna have to watch the first one.
Yeah.
Because the one where she's in the truck, and that one's good, and then this new one's really good too.
That's cool. It sounds like they're kind of having a final confrontation.
Yeah.
Between her and Michael, and it's going to elongate over 3 fucking movies. Yeah. Which is kind of cool as shit, Just got and of course, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other dead bodies along the way, but.
All right.
Sounds fun. I don't know.
Any thoughts?
That's cool, though.
I'm gonna watch that one tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll start tonight, the 2018 one.
Yeah, I gotta look for the 2018 one too. But I feel like it seems like it's nice that they're with these new movies, they're trying to go back to maybe what made Michael Myers kind of interesting. What made him really cool.
Yeah.
Whether he's just this fucking murderous fucking psycho.
And after you see this movie, you'll go on change.org and sign the petition to let Blumhouse get the rights to Jason. Believe me.
Well, I know Blumhouse. There's a movie that Blumhouse just did. Apparently, they did a sequel to The Craft that's out, and I want to watch that because I like the original Craft movie. And
Have you heard anything about that, Nick? Like, is it being received well or anything?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I have to check that out too.
People are digging it, and there's a huge cameo, and people dug that.
My problem is I was trying to figure out how is it a sequel? Like, who's it connected to from the original?
You'll see.
And then I found out. I found out who was connected to the original, and I was like,
I had it spoiled for me too.
It actually made me want to watch it.
Another thing I had,
all right, cool.
Dude, another thing I had fucking spoiled for me was this week's episode of Supernatural. I was so pissed.
Because now they're getting ready to end that, right? That's getting ready to be over.
Next week is the last episode, and I got the fucking one, which is
that show. I remember when that show fucking first came out. God damn.
Yeah, I mean that was like when Smallville was still out.
Yep.
I watched
way back when.
I want to say the first. I think I made it through 6 seasons of it, and then I bailed on it.
I think Kate started like at the tail end of the first season and has been invested in it the entire time. Like
it was a cool show. I mean, I liked it.
I like it.
I mean, I know they got into the heaven, the angels and shit like that and all that stuff. And I was kind of like, I actually almost got back into it when it got back into that stuff because I
like more of like the freak of the week type stuff.
Yeah. That was good too. Yeah.
I mean, it was the same thing like when I watch when X-Files is on. Like, I watched that like religiously way back, and I was like in like 4th and 5th grade. But it's like I always liked those more than like the like the aliens,
overarching.
and the government. Yeah,
The
Like, I was
cigarette
like-
smoking motherfucker that's covered.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I always like
yeah.
the more just like freak of the
Yeah.
week type stuff.
Yeah, and Supernatural kind of had a lot of that too. A lot for the
Mhm.
first. I know at least the first 3 or 4 seasons. They definitely
Yeah,
were a
and we're
lot like
talking
that.
about-
I think
We're talking about like
I-
3 or 4 seasons. This is the 15th fucking season.
yeah,
I know. Do you know how much it blows my mind that it's run that long? And it's got a huge following, dude. It's huge.
Yeah.
Yo, we bitch about con prices for Transformers. Yeah, go look up what
Oh,
a
I
fucking
bet.
Supernatural convention would cost you.
Oh, I gotta imagine it's insane. I gotta imagine it's crazy, but you know, I mean, that's
I
cool
think
though.
I think me and Kate priced it out for her to go alone and do what she would want to do. I think it'd be about $5,000.
I could see that. Yeah, I could. I mean, because you want to have. I'm sure they have some of the actors there and stuff, and they have and all the you want to have time to hang out with.
There's
Yeah,
panels. There's like meet and greets and
for sure.
yeah.
It sounds fun though. I mean, I could see why people would want to do that. If you're really invested in this show, if you've been invested all fucking 15 seasons, dude, I'm sorry, my hat's off to you. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I think
kinda-
I tapped out around 6. I think
I tapped out after 7, and I found out
Okay.
why I tapped out after 7. I tapped out after 7 because that was originally written as the series ending. So it
okay,
felt
okay.
so
Yeah,
so
I-
it felt
I
like
remember
it
they
was
were like
over.
almost done, right?
And then I caught back up when they started doing stuff with Crowley's mom and shit.
I think I remember in some episodes about I can't remember which season it was, where they were fucking around with vampires.
Yeah, the alpha vampires and shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
Wes.
And I remember when one of the brothers, which one? I think it was it Sam, lost his fucking soul.
Yeah.
Fucking Satan had his soul and shit. It's crazy, dude. Yeah, that show is off the chain, though. It definitely was a good time, man. Kudos to this motherfuckers for making it 15 years there. That's really good. You think about it in today's world, that's a hell of a long run for a television show. It really is.
Mhm.
Most TV shows are lucky if they make it past maybe 3 or 4
And
seasons.
especially like with
You
the
know?
streaming series, like they don't even intend to go past 1 or 2 seasons.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely not.
They usually have one
Yeah.
story to tell, or
Right. They're created with the intent of only running like
Yeah.
1 or 2, maybe 3 at the most, you know?
yeah,
So if you have writers that are able to still keep coming out with compelling television to run for 15 fucking seasons, that's insane. That's amazing.
yeah.
And my hat's off to them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna make me want to go because it's on Netflix. They have like the seasons on Netflix.
Yeah.
I might have to go back and start watching that motherfucker. Power watch that shit. That's 15 seasons. That's a lot of TV, bro. No, that's awesome though, man. Yeah, cool. Shit.
Yeah.
No, Nick, thank you for doing all that work. Man.
Hey,
that
no
was
problem.
cool.
Yeah, dude,
I learned a
love those.
lot.
I can't. Yeah, I love those.
Yeah,
love
I
those.
do too. You're making me definitely gonna have to watch the new ones now.
Now,
So
You gotta have like something to do this weekend.
now Robert D mentioned the watch along thing that I've been talking about
yeah.
wanting to do. I'd like
Just do the
I'd like
2018 one, man.
no, I'd
figure
like
out
to
the
try.
night.
Remember I talked about that kung fu movie?
Yeah,
The 5 deadly venoms, or
Yeah, do that
Mhm.
shit. We would have to like test like on Thursday night or whatever, but with me running things, I think that everybody's computer should be able to handle it.
yeah.
But I don't even need to do that. I can just try to watch it on my phone.
Yeah,
'Cause I
there's
can pull my
different.
Netflix up on my phone.
Yeah, there's different ways to do it, but
Yeah, I can do it. It's fine.
yeah.
Shit.
All right, I think we're done. You guys.
All right.
Cool.
I'm good to go, man. I think it was good.
I'm not sure if Sam, if you want to do a hangout, go ahead. I gotta go get something to eat. I'm starving. I haven't.
Yeah,
eaten
dude,
anything
I
all
gotta
day.
go to bed, man. I gotta get up early.
Russ, you doing one?
Nope, I'm going to sleep
All
myself. So no hangout, guys. Hey,
No
we gave you,
hangout
like, an
unless you
extra-
guys do them on your own, and if you
Yeah,
do
we like
'em-
give you an extra 45 minutes to fucking
know.
hour. I'm extra content here on the show, so to keep you busy enough is good.
So if you guys want to do a hangout on your own, you're more than welcome. All right, peace, love, and hair grease. We're out.
Adios, guys. Have a good-